drink. Yeah,
He do it. He do it.
Nothing is over. Just give him something to drink.
No.
Was that Family Guy where they had Arnold Schwarzenegger and not Rocky Balboa, Sylvester Stallone on the boat? It was like Brokeback Mountain, but they were on the little ship in Family Guy.
Don't remember that episode.
What? You never saw that? They were trying to talk to each other like they were on a date. Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Jim Carrey did a good one of his.
Jim Carrey
on In Living Color.
In Living Color.
Like the first season, he did a funny
of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Of Rocky.
Oh, did he?
And he fought like what's that girl's name that was on Conan? And she was also in
Red Sonja.
No, she was also in James Bond. You were just talking about her earlier.
It's an actress.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Really dark skinned girl model.
What's
her name?
Shoot.
This is like an old ass.
Shit. Yeah. What's her fucking name?
You said she was the actress in Conan?
Shit.
Conan 2. She was in the sequel of Conan 2.
Her name. Oh shit. Why?
I know, right?
Conan the Destroyer 2.
Yeah, and she played a Bond villain.
Let me look it up now.
Her name is
IMDb.
Ooh, can Joe get it before the internet?
Going to the cast. It's taking a while to load. Olivia Dabo?
No. It's
Grace Jones.
Grace Jones.
That's
Grace
it.
Jones.
Yeah.
It was
Rocky versus Grace Jones, and Jim Carrey was Rocky.
Yeah, Grace Jones.
Yeah,
that's right. She was in the second Conan. I remember she was.
Have you guys seen her recently?
The new Conan?
No, Grace Jones.
In what? Just in anything?
Have you seen her at all? No.
Nope.
Wait. No, I'm thinking of somebody else.
I think we did a show for her like 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
She's a singer?
Yeah, she's a singer.
I thought she was on like Flavor of Love once or something like that.
I don't know about that.
But I might be tripping.
Flav.
Welcome one. Welcome all to episode 69 of the None of Our Business podcast. We are your hosts, Philly Fanatic, Philanthropy, Philosophy, Sane, Silent Tempo, Philip Lanos.
Get it, Philly.
We have Keenan, CNN Dunkaroos, C-Section, C9, C4, C3PO.
Yeah.
Keenan Duncan.
I can see your way out of here.
Yeah, I totally saw him do the hand gesture.
See your way out of here. Damn, you're fucking right. I'm Joe. Welcome to the show. Day 69 of the nationwide quarantine.
We're third weekend, right?
This is our third.
For
me, it's my second week.
I've been quarantining my whole life.
That's a goddamn lie.
That's actually the truth. Think about it. All you have to do is talk to Joe. Yeah, I stayed away from everybody.
Oh, including the women?
Well, not.
Yeah,
not
that's what I thought.
Hey, wait a minute.
You didn't quarantine that dick.
Whoa. Actually, I always
wrap it up. Hey, that's the way to do it.
Unless previously discussed, terms and conditions have been applied, and we both agreed to.
Raw dog.
He doesn't raw dog.
All the things that we agreed to, and then I'm like, oh well, all right then.
The terms and agreement.
I'm glad we talked about this.
And then that's it.
He makes some kind of contract shit.
It's not like I get around like that.
He has it readily available.
You probably should have a contract. I mean, somebody can come back and be like, "Hey, this baby's yours." I'm like, no, it's not.
Bitch, we agree.
Exactly.
I don't just have sex with just anybody. Like, fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. I was
waiting for Joe to say something. He would back you up the most because he knows you since high school.
Hey, I gotta have mind sex first before anything else.
Yeah, we know how you are, filthy.
Except for the one girl where Joe saw your balls and asshole.
Yeah,
right?
I was drunk, which hence why I don't drink.
He was fucked up. He was drunk.
It's a shame I can't see one of those moments.
Ass in the air.
You don't want to see
balls clapping on the pussy.
Clapping.
Like,
he's got that big ball energy.
Butthole, brown eye.
Big ball energy.
Big ball energy.
Big ball energy.
I got that big ball energy.
Got that big ball energy.
Yeah. Nice.
Shut up. You're acting like we don't do this shit.
Speaking of big ball energy, man,
yeah.
So thanks to our sponsor, Manscaped, I actually did shave my balls the other day.
Ooh, how they feeling?
Man, it feels good.
They thanking you?
In fact, I was like, wait a minute. Is that what it always looked like?
It's been years since Philly did a little bit of manscaping.
I needed to trim, and I was like, you know what? I should have been doing this for all the people that love me a long time ago.
You feel so like aerodynamic.
Yeah.
He's a natural born swimmer.
Well, tell us about your experience.
Well, I mean,
with the lawnmower 3.0.
I'm usually the lawnmower 3.0 actually is smooth as fuck because I'm usually scared like of using any clippers or shit because it might cut. It's too close to the shave, but legit. It was smooth. It cuts so fine and easy, like to the skin. I feel like you could throw baby powder on it and put a pamper on me. That's the kind of shit we're talking about here.
You know what I think is dope about it is the blade is replaceable, right?
I did not know that. Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't look into it. I do know that it comes with what do you call it? Where you throw it on top so that it
cover
it takes like different settings, the length settings.
Little clip.
I forget what it's called, like a head clip, whatever it is. Anyways, you throw that on and you can adjust how much hair you want to cut off. So if if you just want to look clean but not go complete baby bottom, that's a possibility too. And once you charge it for like 90 hours, it has like 90-hour life battery span. So you don't have to worry about it running out on the days you really need to trim.
So if you're stuck in quarantine or in lockdown,
you should probably keep it trimmed.
Get yourself a lawnmower 3.0 from Manscaped.
Because you know what? After this, I'm thinking of going into webcam and, being a webcam guy.
He's going to
for your balls?
For my big ball energy, thanks to the lawnmower 3.0.
Did you use any of like the lotions or anything?
I haven't yet. I haven't. I was so impressed with just being able to keep my shit clean. Like I was even able to actually shave my balls, like not just like the hair on top.
Yeah.
Like I was able to get
an extra set of hair.
I was able to get like the loose hairs, the ones that are on
the little
stragglers,
that
dude
live in the gooch.
I was I was like, wait a minute.
I don't have any hair in my gooch.
Wow.
I'm clean.
Well,
you don't have hair on your gooch.
It feels like the outside of a walnut.
Impossible. You have no hair on your gooch.
Well, it sounds like you need to put some lotion on your balls, bro.
So, ladies, just know that Philly has trimmed his balls and his nether regions. So you're in for a treat.
Once this quarantine is over, I'm coming over.
Okay.
So yeah, shout out to Manscaped. Thank you so much for sending over the gear. It works. It just works.
Guys, go ahead, get your Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com. Use our discount code NOOB. Once you go through your checkout, it's going to ask you for a discount code NOOB, NOOB, for 20% discount.
20% off.
20% off. I know a couple of people are already interested in buying it. It might have already bought them, but
I used to use different, I tried so many different ones and they always eventually died on me. So I'm gonna be reporting back on like the length and lifespan and how many uses. In fact, I should probably count how many uses.
Oh yeah.
Be like, how many times have I used this?
How fast does your ball hair grow?
What the fuck?
Well, I don't want to get into that.
Once a week.
Let's just say I've got a lot of testosterone. But yeah, I love it. I personally used it and I was impressed. And I don't know what you guys are using out there, but I definitely think you should give the lawnmower a shot. And what is how much is do we know how much it's like $80? Is it for like the whole pack? I mean, the lawnmower itself is probably somewhere like around $40-$50. But
yeah, I know. Okay, so you can if you go online and go to manscaped.com, you get the lawnmower 3.0, and you can even get one of the kits, one of the like starter kits that they have. And I think it's like $100, but with the 20% discount, you get it for like $80.
Right, and it comes with like a t-shirt, some lotions, the actual lawnmower itself.
I'm not sure that.
No,
not for the starter kit. Doesn't.
You sure? I'm pretty sure that what we had was the starter kit. It may not come with a t-shirt, I think, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
right?
we had a particular kit.
That might have just been our bonus for being sponsored.
Yeah,
possibly.
I'm trying to. You know what? Let's look it up right now.
One more again, manscaped.com. Use discount code NOOB. NOOB.
Oh, that's right. It comes with boxers. I forgot. Yeah, it comes with boxers, a couple of lotions, and the lawnmower 3.0 for right now. Actually, I wonder if they can throw the 20% off on top of that.
You can.
Yeah, so right now it's on sale for $89.99 plus 20% off.
Plus 20% off when you use the discount code NOOB.
Nice.
NOOB. You bitch.
And
trust me,
O.
Gentlemen, your balls will thank you. And ladies, you can go ahead and use it too. We know sometimes you get a little hairy down there.
And it won't cut you. Actually, I actually do remember that. My ex, she was always concerned about shaving because, like, you know, the blades can cut.
Yeah.
And so the lawnmower is designed specifically not to cut the skin.
Oof. So gentle. Oof. Ladies, you can imagine how soft Philly's balls are because he doesn't trim, you know? So now that he has it, it's like, whoa, it's fully exposed and it's just there. Fuck with it.
I don't know how we made this about my balls, but it works.
Your balls work, period. Yeah, man. So episode 69. Look at that, huh?
Oh, on episode 69 we made it about balls, of course.
69.
It just feels right, you know?
Yep. Have you guys ever actually I've never 69.
Yep, multiple times.
Yeah, that's like a standard.
No, dude, I don't see how 69
I'm glad they
comfortable.
Didn't shit in my face. I mean,
what do you mean?
You lay it on your side.
You're at least the gentleman and you're the one laying down, right? You're not.
Of course.
Yeah, you're not on top of.
Unless you want to be a ham dog and just like, bah, bah, bah.
I think I've done
lay
it
on
this
top.
way, this way,
her.
this way. I rotate
you lay on top and then you just like, bah, 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 bah.
I've done that once. It went too far. Kind of choked on a bit. Felt bad.
Nope. I just don't feel like it would be. I would rather hit it from the back in a new and interesting way.
So you can't see their face.
Wait, no.
So
I've never done 69. I just don't think it's just like I would never get a finger in the butt. I just can't.
Oh, by the way, Joe.
Uh-oh.
Congratulations to me.
You got a finger in the butt?
Not all the way though.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait,
my roommates were
what?
Wait, what?
What?
I bent over to like pick something up from the floor and my crack was showing.
Boop. They poked it? Yeah. You must have been like, oh.
Wait.
Keenan, I don't know how this story...
That's not what I mean by finger in the butt. That's just going on the crack.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about like in
penetration.
A little bit of penetration.
A little bit.
It doesn't have to be a lot. You know,
like right before the moment of climax.
He was so proud of himself when they just credit carded him.
Hey, but Keenan liked it. Is the point of that?
He was like, "Whoa, what are you doing? 6 feet away."
Yeah, I know. What's up with that?
Hey, they washed their hands afterwards, right?
I don't know that, maybe.
Oh, that's fucking nasty. That is fucking nasty.
Fudge fingers.
I washed my hands.
Why would you wash your hands when they're the ones who
felt dirty?
You're like, oh my God. You hopped in the shower and just cried in the shower for like an hour. And then you're like, I'm going to tell Joe about this.
Yeah, I just don't think I could do it, guys.
Wait, 69 or finger in the butt?
Okay. Well, you
No, I'm afraid I'm gonna like it.
Wait, a finger or the 69?
Oh,
we're talking about 69,
no,
right?
69. It just doesn't seem comfortable.
But if the girl's laying on top of you,
or on the side, you have to be on top.
Or on
actually, you
never 69 on the side.
You know what?
I have, but I don't like it.
You know what? If memory serves, I've had so much sex. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, weird flex, but okay.
Talk about only picking out the right ones, huh, Philly?
Hey, I never said I had a lot of sex with a lot of different people. I just have a lot of. I like if I'm with somebody, I like to have sex, man.
Well, yeah, who doesn't?
I like sex.
Fucking brag.
You know what though? I certainly believe that it's over when the sex. I mean, unless there's like other circumstances, like if there's no other reason for it, and they just don't like you guys aren't having sex anymore. Like
you're saying, if there's no sex, there's no relationship.
Like if there's already other factors at play, like you guys are already married. A lot of lack of distance creates loss of interest, right? Like they don't have a chance to miss you, kind of thing. So there's that.
Yeah.
There's that, or let's say you have kids. I mean, you guys are just both fucking tired, and especially like women, you have a baby pulling on you all day, wanting to be held by you all day. The last thing you want to do is hold anybody.
I say they're still human. They'll still biologically want to have sex.
Yeah, if they're not tired,
regardless of.
All I'm saying is, anytime in my experience, and I can only speak from my experience, that sex started going out the window, it was not a matter of if, but when it would be over. And not just not because I'm like, oh, we're not having sex, this is over.
I don't know. It's just sounds like Philly.
No, they don't even want to be held anymore, type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's weird when they start withholding, just like all that. And it's usually because, at least in my when dating me, eventually it gets difficult to even communicate with each other. And I try to communicate, but I don't know how you guys in your past, but after a certain point, I don't like being forced into a corner. If you guys can remember, if you guys can remember some arguments in your own relationships, like all my relationships in the past, at some point I'm like, you know what? I want to step outside for a second because whatever I'm going to say isn't going to make any sense. And I'll try to leave and the doorway will be blocked. And they're like, no, we're talking about this right now. And I'm like, that kind of shit.
Don't.
What about you guys?
You hear that, ladies?
Well, no. Because I try and I don't feel like I say anything mean, but I say what's on my mind at the time because they're forcing my hand and it never comes out good.
Honestly, it is better to just step away,
right,
from a tense situation. I feel it is. It's not like you're not going to have that conversation or you're not going to address that argument.
Just not right now.
But yeah, not right now is probably the
Cianan?
best.
Cianan's like, nope, I'm just not even going to touch that.
So what, do you prefer to argue or not argue?
I already said this many a time.
Yeah,
I'm not an arguer. I don't argue. I don't yell.
Even though Quentin's totally arguing with us right now about the fact.
That's because you guys you force me into an argument all the time.
Oh, we better step away.
You see what's happening?
Look at this.
You know what?
Yeah. No. Okay. So
fuck your rug.
And it's less about the idea of not wanting to, it's not about me being afraid of confrontation or anything like that. It's about me knowing that this is only going to hurt the situation. Although many people say that good arguments actually help a relationship.
You say all the time.
Yes, but not in the heat of the moment.
Right.
I don't believe it does in the heat of the moment.
Don't you do it though?
Bullshit. I try to avoid it. Yeah. I try to avoid having like an immediate argument. I try to avoid immediate arguments because shit is just going to be said and it's not going to help a situation.
Perfect example.
You can have that argument. You both just need to strategize what that argument is going to be before you.
What you want from that argument, right?
Yeah,
as opposed to just saying shit.
Because if you guys start an argument and it happens immediately as it's happening, the shit is going to be said and it's not going to be good, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. If you guys haven't, go ahead.
The best thing to do is just diffuse the situation. Say, you know what? If we start arguing right now, it's not going to be good. So let's just step away.
I tried that,
and then we come back to it.
Out.
That's why I was laughing.
Why? I tried that because
it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Time.
Even though I
60% of the time,
I catch myself.
Yeah, it doesn't work all the time. Sometimes people
60% of the time it works. Every time
they want to have that argument, and it's not healthy. It's just, but it's one of those heat of the moment. People say things they don't mean,
but then it might be too late. Or you already said it, then they take it seriously. Then it's like that's all they think about.
But that's why I'm saying it's better to step away from the situation and then come back to the argument, saying, "Look, this is my."
Let's say it to you as you walk away.
I mean,
what?
Love makes people crazy, man. Love makes people crazy. If you guys haven't seen Marriage Story yet on Netflix, totally recommend it to prove this exact point.
It's a reference from a Netflix show and not a book. That's nice. Way to go, Philly.
Look at that.
Congratulations, man. I'm proud of you.
I'm Quentin Quarantino over here.
Quentin Quarantino.
Yo.
That's the name of the episode.
Did you just make that up?
That's the name of the episode.
I saw it on a meme somewhere.
That's good. That's
you saw it on a meme. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. That's gonna be the name of this episode.
Yeah,
Quentin Quarantino.
Man.
Stupid.
Where's my phone?
Shut the fuck up,
bitch. You know what? Let's talk about this later.
Yeah, man. So week 2, we're in week 2 of this situation. Keenan, I can see your ass crack.
Oh, don't put your finger in it.
Don't worry, we won't.
I might like it.
You might have left it on the table over there, Keenan.
How am I supposed to write this
Anyways,
stuff down? Okay,
don't worry about it.
I gotta write this down.
I'm writing it right now.
I can't do the afterthought without reading it.
Quarantino.
So so that's my position on.
That's your little spiel
on sex and love. Once the sex is out the window, it usually is. It's all a cause
of precursor to the end of a relationship,
or to the possibility of it. I'm not saying it's going to for sure happen because if you're willing to do the work, I guess. You know, But during that time, it's like everybody responds to that moment differently, right? Some people will actually go out and, I don't know, do something to speed up the process of losing their relationship, like fucking around with somebody else or whatever the case is, right? Like I was on the receiving end of that, and meanwhile I'm doing the opposite. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, I got called an asshole. What did I do wrong here? Only to come back to find, well, we were sort of broken up, because I personally will admit to this. I don't know about you guys, but I'm the first to be like, all right, then we're not together anymore. I'm the first one, but I say it when I'm angry, and just to like tell them like, then okay, look, we want to make this real easy. We'll make it real easy. Okay, we're not together anymore, and that makes it even worse because then they're mad at me because they're like, well, what the fuck?
That's because you went to an extreme. You just went, it's over, instead of being able to like.
And the only time I ever get there is when I'm like, I don't want to talk about this right now. Let me just step outside and figure this out, and I'll come back. And they're like, no, you always fucking do this. It's a pattern at this point, and I'm trying to figure out like, what's my role in this shit? Like, how is it that every conversation has been so similar?
Well, I can tell you right now, in all my relationships, I've always been perfect, so.
Oh, right.
I've never been flawed. I've always been right. I've always been the best. I've always been.
That's because when his lady says jump, he says how high.
Oh,
that's why.
No, of course, man. I know that in my relationships, I've been known to be a pretty shitty
Have you
person.
heard a pattern throughout the breakups? Because I'm starting to notice that maybe there's something I got to work on specifically. Like, I have a pattern where I'm the first to go.
Yeah, you keep picking the wrong one.
There's probably that too. But
you need to find one that's willing to go through with that stuff,
with that bullshit. Huh?
Yeah, or understands your time space.
Have you seen patterns in your own experiences, Keenan, of like the way people respond?
That depends.
Well, there's either a pattern or there isn't.
On how many there is to quantify a pattern.
Whatever the data set size. Jake, have you found a pattern that seems to occur?
Nope.
He said nope. Well, that's good, man. You might be.
But I do see a pattern from non-relationships, but people tell me all the time. Or at least the pattern of information people give me. This is how you're supposed to act. This is how you're supposed to treat a woman. This is how you're supposed to. Huh? Yeah.
Gotcha. And you've always said that every time you take other people's advice, it usually proves making things worse.
For the most part,
than actually just
doing it on my own. Yeah, figuring it out on my own.
Yeah, but that's a hell of a pattern.
Yeah, I know. I've had moments where I've not been the best. For sure. I've made mistakes. Absolutely.
I have too, man. I have too. I mean, once I found out that, like, during a breakup, somebody else had already gone and been with somebody else, and what are we supposed to do? We weren't together anymore, right? I started thinking to myself, like, yo, you know what? Well, fuck that. How can I, and I tried to pursue this path of what I thought would make me feel better, but it didn't. And it's crazy because a lot of advice that friends give to each other is like, to get over someone, you got to get under someone.
What?
Yeah.
How many people told you that?
Plenty of people. It's pretty conventional.
I think you're getting the wrong advice.
It's rather conventional wisdom. But I don't agree with it.
But you've done it though.
Because shortly after that, yeah, that's exactly what I try to do against people's wishes too. Because I had other people telling me not to do it.
Okay. For a second, it sounded like you said everybody tells you.
Not everybody, because that's not something you would tell me. You, as a good friend, would be like, Philly, maybe you just need to fucking just focus on something else.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say to get under somebody.
That's what I'm saying. You personally have never said that to me.
Because I'm a nice guy.
That's right. Because Keenan is a gentleman, and every lady out there
who gets nothing.
Every lady, I need to correct my language. Anytime,
lady, why in
everyone
the 1950s?
Loses points the minute you say ladies.
Why is that a problem? Isn't lady a dictionary word? The English isn't an Oxford English word.
It's the way it's said. Like, be a lady. Or wow, what a lady, or things like that. That's cool. But ladies, I think.
Hello, ladies.
Oh God. Have you ever actually said that approaching a circle?
I want to do that as a joke, but no, I would rarely say hello, ladies. I've never even been in an opportunity where I can say that.
Hello, ladies.
It's more like,
and man, this quarantine in itself, like nobody's having sex out there. I think.
Okay, I would.
Keenan's like, well,
at least from what I've seen on it.
Define sex, because my hand has been busy.
Are we talking about like randos or like people in couples? Because couples are banging it out.
Couples are, that's probably all.
But
man, I wish I had a bed right now.
Well, technically you have a bed.
A bay.
Oh, a bay.
Yeah, a quarantine bay. I'd be tearing it up, man. Bay. I'd be.
But see, that's messed up that it has to be a pandemic for a woman to want to bang you in a relationship more seriously than if there wasn't one. Like you were just saying, if the sex was gone, or fades away.
You're playing devil's advocate here, huh?
I'm just trying to see both sides, or at least play with the words a little bit to get in depth in them.
There's something about not being able to have what you want or whatever.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm noticing that. I guess
have you noticed the trend?
Yes, but I'm noticing more of the unfairness. As you said, I'm playing devil's advocate. Like I'm playing the devil's advocate of the dude who really wants to have sex with his girl, but doesn't get enough sex with his girl. But now that there's a quarantine in their home, he gets his sex as much as he wants.
What's enough sex?
I don't know. Once a week. I'm just kidding.
No. You know what? No, that's actually pretty good.
So. Well, some people think that you should wait a week and do it per week because it builds up or something like that.
It's like, okay. Every beginning of a relationship, at least with me, it was like it happened to be just sex like every day or every time we met for sure.
Oh yeah, I know what that's like, Philly.
No, but slowly over time it begins to digress. Like after
because you're doing it too much.
After a year sets in, or maybe it's the second year going in. It just different things, man.
Well, yeah, I would say if you do bang it out consistently, you will get tired eventually.
You get tired of
it. Not everybody likes eating pizza every fucking day. You'll eventually want something else.
But you see, my loyalty to pizza correlates to my loyalty in relationships.
It's a badge, I guess so. I mean, but still, even you, I don't know. I want to say there have been a few episodes, maybe in the beginning, where you kind of were tired of having sex. Like you want like something more than just that. I swear you might have said something like that. But that we're in a moment where I want to do more than I like. Sex is great, but it's a shame that this person doesn't like to do this or doesn't like to do this. Like, yeah, the sex is great, but what about the other things?
Sure. I think other factors can play into turning somebody on.
Because that will not make up, but say you do have a run. And you know your balls are dried and shriveled up because they let out everything they had.
Okay. Then that's a thing. Okay.
I don't know.
Just never seem to run out over here, bro.
Oh, really? An endless supply. Come on,
supply, bro.
You should be making mad money at those sperm banks. Then, damn, Philly. Should be there every day. You are right this way, Mr. Milanos.
I'm not tall enough to meet the. I've already looked into.
There's a height requirement for a sperm bank.
There's a height requirement.
That's some
minimum
bullshit.
5'11".
No.
Yep.
What?
Straight up.
Okay,
I think I'm playing.
I have to look into that.
He's like, really? Because these times are hard.
All this wasted money I've been just spewing out everywhere. I could have been rich. Well, fine. Okay. No, but yeah. So the idea is that when there are other factors of entertainment within a couple, that can make up for the lack of, the actual in the sheets.
I mean, do you find yourself experiencing like being turned on by let's say in your past with the partners or people you were recording, they would do things where like that turned you on, or was it all just physical? Like, oh, just the body responding to, oh, she's got great breasts or great ass. And like, I'm not saying those things aren't important just because like on the other end,
I mean, like what
women want nice shoulders, broad shoulders.
Like if I see them washing dishes, I get all turned on or something.
Not so misogynistic.
Let's bring it back to the 50s, Philly. Let's do it.
I don't know. Like for example, one of my love languages is acts of service. So when someone goes out of their way, not specifically washing dishes, but when someone goes out of their way to do something for me that like counts towards something, I get like, man, I want to make love to you type shit. You don't have any responses like that? Am I the only one?
No, but see, that's because all of mine are misogynistic.
Kid is like, if she makes me a sandwich, I'll treat her good.
The dick just rolls out. I have no control. I pretty much have no control. At least my mindset. Like I won't do it. I won't the things I think in my head are way different than what I actually do physically.
Oh,
so
man.
I won't physically disrespect what's going on up here.
Right.
It's a whole mess of shit. But for example, to answer your question, now whoever's listening, remember this is in my head. I don't physically say or do this.
Oh god.
But
an example is
when they're exercising.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a turn on too. I mean, I'm not doing anything and they're just working out, but that's
just
also
watching them get their body even more refined. You're just like, oh.
But it's a certain type of exercise, and I think most people.
It's not like one of those like when a woman eats a banana. Or
no, I mean that's over. That's stereotypical. And then some of the thoughts is stereotypical for me too, but that's too on the nose.
Okay.
But something like yoga, Pilates. I mean.
Right. I mean, yeah, just seeing their flexibility.
And yeah. And so
you're like, oh God.
I'm just gonna unzip real quic, Philly. Just don't
oh,
look.
God,
don't
put
look.
your goddamn cock away, Keenan.
But yeah, so something like that. I can't think of anything else. I mean, oh yes, I have the perfect example. And it's more, and this is gonna sound super cheesy and hopelessly romantic.
Well, that's what I was looking for.
I know. I'm finding. I'm gonna go through the dirty first, and then get that out of the way, and then come to the soft, sensual side.
Just trying to protect your reputation. Okay.
Exactly. People want this.
Okay.
The people have spoken. No, it's when they're figuring something out and they solve it.
You're just like, oh,
it's so crazy. And now I'm not talking about like a mathematical calculation. I'm talking about like something like, it can be just something like a crossword puzzle.
Yeah.
Or we're playing a game of Scrabble, or we're playing
or an
chess
escape room.
Or escape room. Or no, because I can't really watch them do that. It's kind of creepy.
Okay.
But if let's just say for the example of Scrabble.
Okay.
We're playing Scrabble, and then they looking through their words, and they finally find a good word, and they get really excited about it. And then they play the word, but the word doesn't work. So they bring it back and make a new word,
right? And
then bust out with the great
that ingenuity,
a process of what's it called? It's something that
problem solving.
Is that what it's called? Problem solving. I thought there was a fancier technical.
So you're
college
attracted
word.
To problem solvers.
Problem solvers. Mostly females, though. Okay, let's get this right.
Mostly, but every now and then, if John Stamos walked in and solved the problem for you. You give him a reach around. Okay, that's good to know.
So if you're out there, John,
oh geez,
no, but yeah. So problem solving. If that
you
answered,
did say mostly.
I did. I don't know why I was so stupid, but I answered that. That's the answer to the question, right?
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but see, there's all those other things too. That's why everything has to be laid on the table. You can't just say the gentlemanly stuff. If you got some dirty thoughts that is misogynistic, you have to say that too.
Do I have dirty thoughts?
Because I'm saying like that, you can't be like Joe 100% perfect. But I'm just saying every dude and girl thinks bad stuff. They just don't act on it.
I don't know if I have dirty thoughts, but sometimes
I'm pretty sure you do. Come on.
No,
as a human being. See, that's my study. That's what I find false. Every human being has some nasty, dirty thoughts. They just don't act on it, or they just don't take it seriously.
Yeah, like in the presence of someone, like I like watching them walk by. Sometimes if we're hanging out and they're just like walking by and I happen to find them attractive, I'm like, damn. Like I just enjoy the presence, if that makes any sense. For me, it's all about the vibe. Like if I can be in the room with them and like when they put their hair up and I can see the back of their neck, it's like that's big for me. Like for me, with the right like neck, chin shape, I guess weird. I don't know. It sounds fucking weird, but
it's supposed
I've got a
to
fetish
be.
like that.
Everybody has a weird thing. Nobody should say, "Oh, I like legs or tits and ass." Like, no, come on, you like some other stuff too.
But it's weird, right? Because yeah, there's people who are like, "Oh, I'm the ass man, I'm the titty man," or this or that. But honestly, depending on how they look when they put their hair up, that's big for me. I'm like, ooh, like because I just want to come behind them and like give them a shoulder rub and get it started. You know what I mean?
Ooh. Get the nape.
Yeah, exactly.
So Philly was asking about what are some non-physical things that can kind of turn you on that a woman
like
could
for
do.
example, like I like acts of service when people do things that are like that make sense to do. Keenan likes problem solvers. Like if somebody was working on a puzzle and they solve it, he's like, Hey, she found it. She found the right. He says mostly women. Is what
Oh
he's
my
into.
God.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm not judging.
Joe, you have some crossword puzzles over here, right?
What about you, Joe? Is there anything? I know you mentioned in the past something about the daintiness that a woman has.
Yeah,
But is there anything else?
Yeah.
Is there anything else that like? Yeah, the girlier they are, you're just like, oof.
You know, when they do like just like
I like the physical
things, like,
yeah,
like you know, if they got their little hooker boots and they're putting the zipper up like very nice, like very gently.
I'm totally not a boot person. I really that's like a turn off for me is boots.
Boots,
especially like long boots.
Really?
Yeah, my dick goes soft.
Really?
Yeah, or boots, ladies in boots, even the high heel boots. There's something about boots.
Ladies in boots make my dick soft. That's an actual Keenan Duncan sentence. I've heard that song, These Boots Were Made for Walking.
I think that I honestly,
that's about it for you.
Yeah, just like daintiness. I find that attractive.
Because we were talking, this all stems from the idea, bringing it full circle of like, why is it that sometimes people fall out of attraction with each other, right? And me personally, this was the point I was going to get to. I believe in being able to turn your partner on like progressively. Like it doesn't just start all of a sudden when you're laying in bed or on the couch or in the shower or wherever it is you have sex. You know what I mean? It's like in the car or whatever. I think it starts in from the
in an abandoned house.
You know, I think it starts
Walgreens dumpster.
the minute you wake up toward the end of the night or whenever it happens. I think it's the entire process is a courtship and a dance. At least as like someone's partner, that's the shit I'd be considering. Like that's what I'm focused on. I'm not saying it's my only focus of my life, but when I'm with someone, I think about how just you got to do the things that made them fall in love with you from the beginning. And men, there's a book called The Dance Away Lover that talks about this. And men are never more creative and more what's the word, impressive
when they're courting.
Than when they're courting and first meeting a woman. All their best jokes, all their charm is all out on the table. And then all of a sudden, all the things that made her like you to begin with and made her want to be around you and do you, or, you know, just not her, but, you know, whoever is out there and the things that they're attracted to, you know, him, her, him, him, whatever it is.
We just lost him. We lost Philly.
The reason that your partner chose you or wanted to be with you is for those very things where you stood out and looked excellent. You did something that was like that created.
Well, I'm consistently excellent.
Right, there it is.
I'm always excellent. You know, just like
Joe always puts on his best suit.
From the minute you wake up,
just like I'm always just the guy, you know. Just
so you never turn it off.
Just the guy.
That's what
never
you're
turn.
He doesn't. There is no switch.
There is no switch, baby.
I'm just
even when
baby.
I sleep, I'm dope. Like what the fuck?
I sleep dope.
When I sleep, you know, I'm the guy that sleeps on his stomach with one leg up. You know.
Even when I sleep, I'm dope. That's a Joe sentence.
Even when I sleep, I'm dope.
Oh my god.
You know,
no, but seriously,
arm under the pillow, face down, with the leg just like.
I think that's
Captain
a big
Morgan
source. I think that's a big source of the dissatisfaction in relationships is people stop doing that shit.
Yes, they do.
They just don't care anymore.
They stop. Well, not completely stop caring, but yeah, it dwindles. Some of
everyone's always on their best fucking behavior.
That's because you're trying to. You're total strangers, and once are we talking about like when they're moved in together, just in a start a relationship anytime?
On any level of some substantial degree of intimacy.
That's because they got too comfortable. Don't you notice how weird it is when a guy or girl don't want to, like, they cover up or they hide their private parts or they don't use the bathroom, you know, they don't say anything, but once they're in a relationship, they're like door wide open taking a shit. It's like people get too comfortable. Right. And that's what that happens.
That's why I personally don't believe in taking a shit while your partner's in the shower.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Or like the partners that talk about like when they start farting in front of each other. I just can't do that.
Or anything. I mean, those are, you know, out there examples, but I'm pretty sure there's even some subtle stuff that, let's say, for example, Joe, with you and your girl, you guys probably didn't do at all or separate, but now that you're together for a long period of time, it's like it's not a big deal eating off each other's plates or something like that.
I mean, in long relationships that happens.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like it's inevitable.
the degree of comfortability.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue that. I wasn't arguing that. I was just saying, that being true, I still would never fart in front of just me personally. Like I just can't.
I give it like 10 years.
Bring myself to fart in front of someone. I don't care how bad I need to fart. I'll be like,
wait, you've never farted in front of anybody?
Mm-mm.
I think that's a goddamn
today, today I was walking around, prancing around.
You were farting? You were crap dusting this whole thing?
No, I wasn't. I was naked. Look, when you got here,
you were. Joe has a really interesting butt.
What?
I was looking at it, Joe. It's like, I don't know. It's like, it's weird. The way it's shaped and the colors. You have multiple colors on your ass.
I have multiple colors on my ass? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean the way it's shaped?
I'm not going to discuss this.
I want to talk about this. Please enlighten me.
Oh, God.
I need to know.
It's like, you can tell that you used to be an athletic person. And then,
then what?
And then life took its toll.
Like, wait, what? There's a shape to the butt, but it's kind of hidden now. It's like not what it used to be. It's not as perky as it used to be, you know. Please elaborate.
But you still got some thickness on it.
You can tell that you used to be athletic. And this is in reference to Joe's ass. I'm never going to be the same again.
You can imagine that ass in some short shorts, just
He is like, I bet you were a real looker in your day.
Fuck you.
And then the colors, and it was hairy too. But
God.
It was like,
you need the lawnmower for your ass.
I do need the lawnmower for my booty.
Wait, there was colors too. It was
what do you mean,
there was
like
colors? It was like a reddish brown.
Like a graduating.
As it gets closer to your hole. It was weird. I don't know, because it hasn't seen much sunlight or something like that.
That could be it, you know.
I don't know.
But I'm gonna have to take a picture of my ass now. Just so I could.
You did just get out of the shower, so it's like hot and cold. So maybe the temperature did something to your ass.
And the picture of your ass is gonna have your ass and then your balls in the back hanging out.
Well, that's the thing. Joe's balls did not hang, even when he was walking away. You couldn't see them. So
that's right, baby.
So are they small balls? Or?
No, they just tucked in.
They're tucked in. Oh, okay.
Getting out the shower, the change of temperature, so the balls just want to hide. Like they're just like.
He was like, because I was specifically looking for that.
I was looking for your balls, and I could not find
dark. Your thighs covered up. You got some thick thighs too, Joe.
Oh,
yeah, some thick little thighs.
So,
some thick little thighs. Hey,
so attraction in relationships.
You got it easy.
Philly. Why do I have it easy?
I legit came out like naked with Philly.
Oh, you did?
Like Philly was just laying on my couch chilling, waiting for me, and I just came out like Phil.
And I looked over and I was like, oh God.
I'm holding my dick in my hands, just like.
And he's enjoying it, man. He was enjoying it.
Oh my God.
I was loving it.
I told him to stop and to get it off my shoulder.
You know what, guys? I got to get something off my shoulders.
About us?
I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh my God.
It's finally coming out.
But
came out
no
all
pun
over.
intended.
But I love dairy. I love milk. I love cheese.
Ice cream.
So just briefly right now, when you guys when you guys were touching
just Philly and I talking,
relationships, I had to go take a shit, and I know I shouldn't be eating dairy, but it's just.
Does it hurt your stomach? Delicious. Do you get the crunches?
No, I don't. It doesn't.
Crunches.
My stomach doesn't hurt.
Okay.
I could just feel it. Like when I'm ready to flush out, I just like boom.
So I get the crunches. My stomach. I feel like I'm doing crunches without doing crunches. And I'm
your
like,
stomach hurts.
Fuck! I ate a lot of dairy.
My stomach never hurts.
Oh, okay.
It's just like I know I gotta take it.
The only time I ever have any stomach problems is if I wake up and I drink like orange juice, really like first thing in the morning.
Well, how do you know what?
Otherwise, no food has ever hurt this steel trap right here. This belly of mine.
So you're not allergic to any types of food groups at all?
Cats make. I'm not eating cats, but in referring to allergies.
I mean, hey, whatever.
In reference to allergies, cats make my eyes a little watery.
Okay. So you might
my
be
nose gets a little stuffy, but that's about the only thing I've ever experienced.
Do you have any like allergies?
Supposedly, I'm allergic to alcohol. That's what the doctor told me. But what do they know, right?
That motherfucker's lying because you can drink.
Well, they said that's the reason why I developed this redness on my cheeks,
rosacea, or
where it became so serious. Because technically, I don't remember seeing them. I mean, there's a few. There's in high school.
Yeah, you always had the rosacea.
Okay.
Like I have it too, I have it too. It's just like, it's not.
It's a nice patch.
Yeah,
Mine's
it's like it blended. It looks like blush.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm so pretty, because my rosacea helped me.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't know anything about being pretty. I'm rugged. So
oh my god, the lies you tell on the show.
You're rugged.
Oh.
Look at Joe. Joe's like, if anybody's rugged here, it's gonna be me.
Hey,
how's that shave quarantine going?
It's going, man.
Looks like you've trimmed it though.
No, I haven't.
So it just naturally goes in that shape.
Yeah.
Wow.
Joe just got the natural.
I told you, man. Even when I'm not doing anything, I'm dope.
Oh my god.
Earlier today, Joe weighed himself and he lost some pounds.
Yeah.
Wondering how it's happening because he ate more than ever.
Yeah.
Doesn't work out, and somehow
I haven't worked out.
But he forgot to calculate all the shits he's been taking lately.
Yeah, but that's not gonna make me lose weight.
Yeah, it is.
It's like the
it is.
You're saying I have like at least 5-10 pounds of shit in my body.
It's like anorexia. It's like instead of throwing it up, you shit it out.
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
There's no way I have like 5 or 10 pounds of shit just waiting.
It stays in your stomach for 24 hours, doesn't it?
Yeah, but
so you somehow magically flush the pipes out. That's 24 hours worth of food. You push through your intestines.
We could sit here all day and wonder how it is that
shit.
you lost weight, Joe. But the fact is that you did.
I literally haven't done anything to lose weight.
Well, you've always been a thinner dude, though.
Yeah, I've gained a lot of weight though. Like I in
over
high
the years?
school, yeah, in high school.
Well, you were a tiny boy.
Since high school, I've gained 50 pounds.
50 pounds
easily.
I've gained 20 pounds since high school.
I remember in high school I was like 130. I was like $130.
Keaton,
I must have gained at least 60 minimum.
No shit.
Because I'm at 200 in high school. Jeez, I must have been like 150, 140.
Yeah. I was 155.
I was a skinny dude
in high school.
In high school I was like 130, 140.
No shit. Damn.
130, 140 in high school.
It all went to your dick, didn't it? I mean, fucking heavy bastard.
The long sword.
I'm not gonna pretend that I have the biggest dick ever.
Here we go.
But I do have a healthy dick. It's a
good looking dick, Peter.
It's a solid dick, Like
Let's
it's
hope.
not the
Strong like
biggest
glue.
dick. It's not a small dick per se, but it's just it's a
get her
solid
done.
dick.
Gets her done.
It's cool, It's
gonna be all right.
It's gonna, you know what? It gets the job done.
Yeah, man.
And that's all that matters. No, but see, even though I've gained these, because right now I'm at, okay, so today I weighed myself, I was 178. Monday of this week, or technically last week.
Last week?
Last week.
No,
I weighed like 183 or 84.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally lost 5 pounds, but all I've been doing is eating, having drinks, like not sleeping.
That cannot be physically possible.
I swear to you, I haven't done anything to work out or lose weight.
But how many shits have you been taking?
There were only 2 days where I really went through it with the shits.
There it is. 2 days.
But there's no way. No. But see,
talk about an anal cleanse.
But these are like
coffee cleanse. What are they?
These are like diuretic shits.
So you compressed all your
little
weight.
things, or like slushy, or it's not necessarily like weighted shits.
No, yeah, but that's water weight is real. You think I'm playing? But that's
I know you're not playing. But
Joe,
listen.
You somehow magically compressed your food into liquid shit and lost 5 pounds.
You know what's awesome though?
This does not make sense.
What are you, Harry Potter?
You know what's awesome is that even though since high school,
I get the Potter.
Since high school, that was like 18 years ago, right?
I know, we're old as fuck. No,
graduated high school like 18 years ago.
Yeah, 2002.
Yeah. So even though I've gained all this weight, like I don't have an issue with my weight. Like I don't really mind it. And it's not like I'm not like, it's weird. Like I don't.
You'd be like your endurance and stuff, or just your looks?
Just like my looks. I have no if anything, I feel like I filled out pretty nicely.
That's because it's your face. Your face matches everything up. Everybody sees that and like, that's cool.
Yeah, not me, man.
They see my face and like, that's cool.
I've
they
definitely
lick their
seen
lips and shit, and like,
I've seen better.
The body
days.
doesn't matter.
You've seen better days
of Joe?
No, for me.
Oh,
I mean, my arms have always been. I mean, they've gotten better, if anything. But this gut right here, man, it's definitely like grown man weight. And I know what it is. There's two different types of fat. There's subcutaneous fat, which is the fat that's near your organs. And that's the one most men suffer from. And that can only be lost doing like cardio and shit like that. And then the other is the fluffy fat. I'm trying to remember what the name of it is called. Oh shit, I should know this. Anyways, I'm having a brain fart, but the subcutaneous fat is the one that most men should be worried about because it's the fat that's stuck around your organs and it's not soft. It's like hard. So if like you press your stomach and you feel the fat, the hardness, it's not your abs. That's subcutaneous fat that's been compressed and stored there for energy. And that's the fat that needs to be lost. It's not the like when someone's like super chunky or whatever, and you touch them, they're all fluffy. And
I have some of that. I definitely have some of that. I have like some. Look, we're all pressing on our stomachs.
Yeah, that's the subcutaneous fat. and that can only be lost from super extreme cardio.
Super extreme, awesome low power.
I don't care. I love myself.
I want to look good, and not just for me. Like I want to be able to like have my partner come.
That's because Philly doesn't have 2 kids and a girl.
Let me tell you something.
He's
Phil.
single.
Here we go. No, I believe
dad
that
bods are the new hot bods.
No, it's just something that it's unfair because
It's unfair. It's unfair that dad bods are the new hot bods.
No, it's unfair because can we say mom bods are hot?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I totally do a mom bod.
Hey,
mom bods are hot.
Just
All
making
women
sure.
bodies are hot, man.
Just making sure.
All women bodies are hot. Absolutely.
Take them all down.
Well,
I can't say I'll take them all down.
I say all of them.
What? Yes, I'm gonna say all women bodies are hot. Absolutely.
You're fucking lying.
Absolutely.
No, absolutely.
Oh
I mean,
God.
they might not be hot for me. Some of them might not be hot for me, but
is that how you get around it?
Guys are gonna get in where they fit in.
Okay.
Right.
And it doesn't matter the shape of a woman for a man to find her attractive. It doesn't.
It's true.
Absolutely not.
Just give me something to grab on.
Dude, you'll see twig dudes getting with the biggest women and they love it,
and vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, the body image is in the eye of the beholder.
I was gonna say it's per person.
Body image is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
It's subjective.
Yeah.
So
whatever you're saying is shit.
What?
You can't talk anything but your own perspective, Joe. You can't generalize your mom.
How did you turn this into an argument?
It is. I ain't turning into an argument. He started it.
Wait, what?
Get off my case, Joe.
What
Go back and take a shit. We don't want you on this podcast anymore.
Keenan,
what are you even talking about?
Do you have hopes of like getting like a fit bod, or are you okay with the dad bod? And you just don't want it to get any worse than where it's at?
I don't know.
like
He's looking down at his stomach like
I fasted yesterday specifically because I was like, God damn, I need to like take care of it. Like as I'm sitting, I just feel this belly. But then like right after I ordered like Pizza Hut and pasta and all this other shit, so it throws my fast out the window.
Yeah.
So,
but like I want to get rid of it. Just me personally.
You're
not because I'm like self-conscious, but more because I want to feel better.
You're 31?
31 now. Yeah.
Wait. It was just your 30th. When was your 31st birthday?
No, 31st birthday just passed on February 6th. We didn't celebrate or anything. It was like super.
Well, he didn't celebrate.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Y'all some bitches. I could have sworn we celebrate your birthday
last year.
Yeah. Last year we had a big thing when my sister came to town.
Yeah.
Oh no, because so then I was there for this year's birthday. Because I remember we did something for your birthday.
Yeah, what did we?
Because you said you didn't want to do anything, and I came to you to celebrate.
That's true.
I came to your house, Philly.
That's true.
Oh yeah, you guys hung out.
Yeah, that's right.
And
then Philly and I.
Keenan gets credit for it.
Remember that shit. I did that for you, Philly. What was that thing I was supposed to be?
Shit.
Not credit, but it was like
a piece of shit.
Fuck you from your shit.
Hey, enough talking about dicks, shit.
No, I meant like I was supposed to be the person who remembers what they did for somebody, right?
Oh yeah. Contributor.
Yeah, that was it.
I made a key contribution to your life.
Yeah.
And don't you ever forget it.
I was your friend.
Were you though?
No.
Well, if you're doing it though, if you're doing it for credit, is it really coming from the bottom of your heart? Can you really say you're a friend?
That's why I hate when people post like the shit they do for homeless people or
underprivileged.
Oh, I'm out here. handing out blankets and food kits for the homeless. I've handed out 137 just in the last 4 hours.
And they all sound like that.
These people are suffering. I just want to show everyone that I'm doing my part in helping them. Are you doing your part?
And Joe's like, don't try to make me feel guilty for not giving a fuck.
You don't get the Rona doing that.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That does.
Have you guys ever donated to a charity though?
Never.
I donate to Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, whenever their signs come up, I always donate to Wikipedia.
You should put.
I have an automatic.
Wikipedia.
I have an automatic with
sure.
Wikipedia. Yeah.
And then
I pay $6 a month for Wikipedia.
I used to donate to Doctors Without Borders, but after a while, I started realizing like maybe I can't prove they're doing something. You know, like I can't prove they're actually doing the work.
I don't think.
Yeah, but they just get kidnapped. When they're in
You're gonna say some
warring
African
countries.
Okay.
Warring countries.
He said, "Say Africa, say Africa, Dick."
I dare you.
They get kidnapped
in Wakanda or whatever.
No, that would never happen in Wakanda.
I know they kick them out.
Wakanda be like, "You're petty medicine."
We have years of technology.
Yeah,
we have years of technology here. We don't need your medicine.
Keenan's like, I'm the only one that should be allowed to even try to imitate that.
I can't. I'm too white.
Let me hear your Wakanda impersonation, Keenan.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever, bro.
Can you do it? Can you do any accents, Keenan?
No.
Have you tried doing any?
Yeah, long time ago, but I gave that up.
It's just not in the tongue, huh?
No, it has to be. It has to come out naturally.
Okay.
So like, there has to
what
be
are we talking about here? Wait.
There has to be a moment where it qualifies for me to just improv a voice of a different character. I tried to do it for Dungeons and Dragons. I can't. I eventually just went back to my regular voice. Said fuck that shit.
Hey, I have a question regarding Dungeons and Dragons.
No, go ahead, Joe. It's gonna be something super.
No, it isn't.
Because Keenan does.
So you
know
guys
everything.
play online. You guys play online.
Yes.
Now, is it like a video conference or is it just online video voice chat, like a voice chat? Or
we have some gamers listening. Are you familiar with Discord?
Of course, Discord.
Yeah, that's what we use to communicate.
So it's just chat.
So it's the person who is the rule maker or dungeon master.
Yeah.
Of the game. He's on the headset. We're all on headsets. You can either be on your phone, your laptop. Doesn't matter. Discord's on everything. Kind of like a Zoom.
Yeah.
But without. Oh, you can have video, but it's like Zoom.
We actually have a Discord for Star Wars Galaxy of
Oh,
Heroes.
cool. Yeah. We use that application. He'll announce the game and stuff like that and what we do.
Setting, all that shit.
But we have pictures, kind of like a game board from another website.
Oh, avatar pictures.
Yeah, of our characters, but the board game where our characters are on there, called Roll20.
Roll
ROLL.
Roll20.
Roll20.
Okay.
Like a 20-sided dice.
Yeah.
And that shows you
where everybody is.
Where all the enemies might be, any sort of towns, villages, and they can change the game board to different pictures or images of different game boards wherever we're at. And then move our icons.
You never affect like an English accent when you're.
No. My character's not English. He's supposed to be like a deep talking elf wizard, but I can't
see one of those.
Something like that. Yeah, but I can't get. I try to lower my voice and like
is he an old man or a middle-aged man?
Middle-aged man.
Middle-aged.
Yeah.
So kind of like you.
Yeah.
Except with a deep
Are we
voice.
considered middle-aged yet? No, right?
That's
40.
That's 40.
40.
Hey.
Is that?
Yeah. Because we can live till 80 now.
Now? Can we?
I think
Is it
so.
allowed?
I don't know. We'll see about this virus shit.
Around it.
That's a big hit. I take that back.
He's like,
Yeah.
Too soon.
Too soon. I'm in it. It's way too soon. Not even soon yet. It's present.
It's present.
Too present. Yeah. So
Too real.
that's what the game.
Okay. So
Yeah.
okay. So and then your
All online.
runtime. Your guys' runtime is what?
Like 4 hours.
4 hours.
4
And
hours.
you go through.
That's
Keenan
minimum.
looked at me like,
And okay.
that's on the short end.
And yeah. And
Yeah.
do you guys go through a whole campaign or do you guys stop at 4 hours? Say, all right, guys,
Yeah.
we'll follow this back up next week.
We've done
So it would be like last week on Dungeons and Dragons.
Pretty much, we have to recap what we did so we don't forget, because the dungeon master, our dungeon master at least, won't give a shit. So if we don't remember who we ran into, whatever treasure we were supposed to find the previous game, and we don't remember where that shit was.
So do you have notes for all this?
We have to take notes. Yeah. He'll be kind of.
I mean, it helps on Discord because
yeah. And he's a nice DM. I know he listens to the podcast, so he can be very generous. But for instance, if I didn't write my spells in my spell book, I can't use them. And sometimes I would forget to put them in there. And I have a laundry list of spells. So if I don't put them in the spell book, I can't go, I cast this shit.
And your DM has access to your spell book.
Mm-hmm.
They know what you can.
He has access to everything.
I have a spell that allows me to create spells even beyond the DM's ability to decide whether or not I can create spells.
No.
That's like finding a genie and wishing for more wishes.
Yeah, we can't. I can't work. Sorry, take that back. No.
So do you all know each other?
Yeah, I know. So the DM's name's John. Hey, John. Thanks for listening. By the way,
what up,
John? He was my roommate back in college.
Hey.
Another one is Kim. We played with Kim on Destiny.
Oh, did we?
Yeah. We played Destiny 2, I think. We played with Kim.
Played Destiny.
I know. Right?
I've been meaning to. You know what? I'm gonna download it.
And then the other characters, or the other players, is my other roommate who listens to the show a lot. Thank you, Andrew, for listening.
Yo, what up, Andrew?
And I think
I gotta get back on so I could.
And Joe and
talking to y'all too.
And yeah, Andrew was also on Destiny. Yeah, John, Andrew, and Kim were all on Destiny.
Yeah,
I'm not on Destiny.
And then Andrew's his girlfriend, Bailey, she plays. And then Kristen, who's John's girlfriend or fiance, I think.
So you guys all do Dungeons and Dragons?
We all play, guys and girls. Hey, just to let you know, it's for and we're old as fuck. But yeah, we all play. It's a great. If you like improv,
is it anything like Magic of the Gathering type shit?
No. I mean,
no, that's a card game.
It's almost like playing Final Fantasy, but you can't use your controller. It's all talk. And
so it's like LARPing.
All your actions are done with dice. That's how it's decided. But if you like to improv and if you like doing voices, because you can do them, nobody is shunning away because the DM has to make voices for the characters you interact with.
Right.
So if you're a goblin troll, you have to get like a crazy goblin troll
before you can cross this bridge.
Exactly. He does it, so that's really cool. But it's a great way to interact. So if people feel lonely or whatever.
How old is this game? Like Dungeons and Dragons
from like the 50s, 70s. Yeah. It goes way back.
Do you remember how it all got started? Like who was the one that was like, you know what we're gonna do?
It started, and I believe
we're gonna sit around this table, roll some dice.
Yeah, it was from I don't think there were kids yet. I think there were a couple of older gentlemen out in the valley or something like that. Because I finally bought
in California.
I found a book. I think it was in California. No, I don't think it was in California.
Imagine me and you.
But I got a Dungeons and Dragons book that shows the history of that whole thing. It was like an encyclopedia. Because I found it at a Barnes & Noble. It's only like $15. Like, fuck, I'll buy this.
And have you read it all?
No, it's like a Bible.
Oh, shit.
I'll bring it to you tomorrow because you're not doing shit. And I'm not doing shit either. But I'll show it to you guys. And it has everything, the whole history. Who started it, where, when, why.
Right.
The whole rules, everything,
Dungeons
where it led up to.
and Dragons.
And it's one of the original, I guess, what do you call it? RPGs? It's the RPG.
What do you guys get out of it though? Like is it just like the ability to change who you are?
What do you get out of reading a book? What do you get out of creating music?
Knowledge, power.
You get a community.
You're so boring, Phil.
You get to it's a community of friends that can experience the same thing you experience when you play Monopoly, Scrabble.
I fucking hate Monopoly.
I'm listing all these games. The Game of Life, Shoots and Ladders, Hotels.
Okay, so like the same feeling when any board game, like
Clue. Yeah, but
it's a sense of community.
But more like charades. So when you go to, if I'm not sure, mostly adults do this, like couples. When you go to the parties and they have all this fun, they play charades and they get all crazy and wild on it.
Right.
That's basically like that too, but longer. So back to Joe's thing, we've done it for the past, I think, 4 or 5 times, 4 hours each per week or every other week. And we just started the game. Like this can last up to a year. It can be longer than a year.
The campaign can be up to a year.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit!
You can do short campaigns that are only like an hour or 2 long.
What level are you at? Like you as your character?
2.
You're at level 2,
and I've played for about almost like 16 hours.
Okay, so now here's the question. Once you finish a campaign, does your character stay as strong as it is, and then you guys move into like a different campaign?
Mm-hmm. If it's
maybe there's some new people who join, and you're level 16 because that was your last campaign, and this person's just starting at level 1.
If you're allowed by other players or other DMs. So when you go to other people's matches or other people's servers, if they allow your character, then yeah. So, and I remember when I went to San Francisco, I played a little match at a bar, and I was asked I could use my character from this other game and bring it in if I wanted to for the small little skirmish.
Is this similar to like fantasy football, the other shit that guys were doing?
No.
Fantasy football kind of took it from Dungeons and Dragons,
right? So yeah, because it sounds like I've never done.
Yeah,
either.
but with fantasy football, you're like predicting what players are gonna do. What their stats are gonna be,
and if they make those stats,
it's almost like a pseudo gamble.
It kind of is. I mean, yeah, you are doing those predictions, but if they serve better, if somebody gets 4 touchdowns, you said, and you're thinking that they're only going to do like 1 or 2, and you put them in the game and they make 4, it really.
So I'm trying to wrap my head around like how this works because I've never done it, right? And so I guess what you get out of it is it's something to do, like it's a thing that keeps you engaged throughout your day to day.
Dungeons and Dragons,
yeah. Do you think about Dungeons and Dragons when you're not around?
Yeah.
Do you consider it a hobby? Yeah, it would be a hobby.
Well,
because it's more than just the game.
Because the dedication and the strategy and all that stuff. Because you can't you can do whatever you want. But if you go in there, here it's something funny, but it's something that's real, and it depends on who you're playing with.
It's the original role playing game.
Yeah, because my character peed on another character, and they peed on me, and we actually had to roll for that, and that developed a strange dynamic within the group. Like, I even jokingly said I took my beer at a bar and threw it on the bartender. I had to roll for it. The DM said it cost me like a bad reputation with the bar and the bar owners and stuff like that. Now I can't go back to that bar again because they remember me. So it depends on who you're playing with, but people can take it really seriously, or they can be haphazardly. But it's more fun the more serious it takes because you have to think harder about every action that you do.
Okay, I guess
in real life.
I can see.
It's an RPG. That's basically what it's
a role playing game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the original role playing game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was made before any Final Fantasy or anything?
Oh yeah, a lot of their dynamics and all the hits and the attack value and how they calculate that stuff would come from D&D and their rule books and how percentages work and stuff like that.
I'll have to look into it.
So is there like a standard on what there is a standard? If you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, you have to follow.
It'd be like D&D rules is what they would say. Let's play in D&D rules.
Are there like all male groups and all female groups?
There are some all female groups. A lot of times, I mean, I'm playing in a co-ed group, but as far as all male, I think in the beginning, because of the style and how it counters on fantasy, which was a very, I guess, male driven thing back then, mostly a lot of boys play. And here's the thing that I am kind of upset about, but that I think about a lot, is that the interest in these fantasy games prior, I'm not talking about right now, but back in the day, not a lot of girls were into it. And to say it's unfair that it's a male dominated thing is because a lot of girls weren't interested in it at all, regardless of the content they produce.
So you're saying women just came in here and took
don't do that, Philly.
No. I did it on purpose to point out that that's not what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm saying that it could always have been meant for everybody, but if you're not interested in it,
don't just suddenly show up.
You can't say it's unfair and make it for a certain category group. Yeah,
that's how I feel about games and video games.
Same thing for the gaming industry.
People think that it's a male driven, and it is male driven. It is. It absolutely is, because I mean, you see the women exploitation in a lot of video games. You see a lot of that shit, but girls like to play video games just as much as guys do. Like, there are girls out there who do want to play video games.
And then a lot of times when I ask the women that I meet, or when I even bring up video games, the girls will go, "Oh, you're into that? That's kid stuff." You know, it's not. And I remember having a conversation about that interest of the opposite sex, where I would, even if there were a bunch of female content, there's still not a lot of females who like the idea of playing games in general.
Which is crazy because someone I have a big crush on, Mila Kunis, she fucking plays Call of Duty like crazy.
And that's a heavily male content game.
Apparently she's a badass at it too.
And so it just just the volume. There are a lot of girls who play it and like it. But when you talk about, okay, so how many women or girls are interested from the get-go learning how to program or do animation or anything like that? It's not. They're interested in other things.
There's a lot of coder women out there actually now.
There are, but I'm saying if you take the general populace, and maybe it's just the people that I've run across, but when I ask them and bring up video games and programming and computers and stuff they're not interested at all. It's too nerdy or something like that, or it's too dorky, or it's too childlike.
I blame our society for separating what men are supposed or boys are supposed to like and what girls are supposed to like. You know, you have kids, you have boys who want to play with like little kitchen sets, and there'll be dads out there be like, no, that's for girls. Or
even though those kids might grow up to be badass chefs.
Yeah, exactly. Or you know, or you get girls who want to fucking ride skateboards and play games, and they're like, no, you know, don't do that. Boys do that. Here, let's get you these dolls. Like,
I definitely don't agree with that. Like,
yeah,
they shouldn't be segregating things like that.
And it goes even further. Like, even in the engineering department, there was a good amount of I wouldn't say distancing, but there was some conflict in the engineering department. Why a certain group didn't have enough women in it or didn't have enough minorities in it. And I was saying, look, this stuff, we're not pushing it towards people to be interested in. And when you do, most of the time they're just not interested. It's to say no. There's not a lot of minorities and females that I come across that are really into soldering electronics and learning electrical engineering. It's just, that's what it is. You can't force it.
Fair enough. You can't force people to like shit if they're not going to like it.
Yeah,
that's true. I mean,
D&D is the business.
I've never played. You've played, Joe?
No.
You never attempted or tried?
Well, I have not.
Jesus. What the fuck?
No, basically.
No, I've just, you know what? I've never, I haven't had an interest in it. Not because I don't like it, because obviously I've never played it. So how can I not like something that I haven't played?
Yeah.
It's just never been an interest of mine. Like, I know about it, and I don't make fun of people who play D&D. Like, same way I wouldn't expect somebody to make fun of me when I used to, you know, battle with Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those niche things. You know?
Pokemon cards was dope.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Even though I never got to own a Charizard.
Yeah, well, it's a tough one. But what I'm saying is like, or Magic the Gathering. People love to play Magic, and there's a huge community of that.
Yu-Gi-Oh
There's
cards.
a huge community of D&D. D&D is probably like the godfather of all
pretty much
role-playing strategy.
Does D&D take part in like the Comic-Con situation, or is it its own convention?
I think they do set aside, like, because there's some, like, for Comic-Con, for E3, for like all these expos, like they do have play areas where people will play Magic, people will play Pokemon, people will probably
girls
play
who do the
Dragons.
whole like Comic-Con dress up, man, some of them are so cute. Well, all of them are so cute. All of them are so cute.
Don't correct yourself, Philly. That's the real thoughts. Never mind. If you want to suppress your information,
your perviness.
What I really meant was some of them really pull it off. Like they actually look like the characters. It trips me out.
Yeah.
Like any girl that can pull off Tifa, send them my way, man. Oof.
And see, that's another thing to talk about, is that character was created, but you have these females that will dress up like that.
What do you mean these females, Keenan?
The ones you're talking about, you singled out already, that I'm agreeing with.
Bitch.
I'm just saying, like, it's to go back to the misogyny part of the gaming
cosplay,
industry.
that's the word I was
looking
looking
for.
for.
Cosplay part.
Yeah.
If the character was created, yet you have these females that will still dress up like that and like those characters, I sometimes I can get perplexed as to where is the terminology or ideal of the misogyny is coming from, if these women not only dress up like it, but like doing that and get into it seriously. And it's just a thought.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
So
like, I don't want an answer. I just want to put it out there.
So it's kind of like the equivalent of girls that go to the club and booty shake to songs that are clearly being disrespectful to women. And when you ask them, they're like, well, you ain't talking about me.
I ain't talking about me. I'm not a hoe.
Right.
But I'll drop it like one.
Right. That kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a tough one. Well, it's like just because I dress like this doesn't mean I want that kind of attention.
Yeah.
What the fuck? It usually actually sounds more like
by yourself, I guess.
No.
No, it's more like
okay, this isn't an ASMR episode. Oh gosh. No, stop. I'm taking my headphones off.
Woo!
Going fast.
Nope. I'm not doing that ASMR shit. And now
who's ASMR?
We will just breathe and listen to the smacking of my
just slowing.
Oh, hell no, I'm taking my headphones off. Anyways, yeah. Such is life. Dungeons and Dragons cosplay.
Oh my god, I should be writing this stuff down. Shit.
Play role. Role play. I mean, play role. Play role. This is what you call play role.
You guys would be perfect at it because you like to act and do voices and characters and create stuff and be strategizing.
Oh, I create characters and do voices and
oh my god.
Sure. Ain't that right, baby?
No, you don't.
Nah, actually, I don't. I'm kind of most of the time going.
I'm a very conservative sexer.
I kind of just do missionary. That's all I do. No, hell no. Actually, that's not true.
No, I was about to say you passed out doing something different.
Yeah, I have passed out during sex, and I'm not ashamed of it. It scared me.
I wish I passed out during sex.
I thought I died. But upon asking a bunch of other people, I asked around. I was like, yo, is that ever happened? Some of them like, yeah, man, it's going too hard, bro.
Did you bust before you passed out?
No, that would have been some David Carradine shit. Nah.
I have never passed out
during sex ever.
During sex.
Really?
Because Joe's the shit, right?
Well,
but the women pass out, right?
No, I mean like not like fainted. That's never
yeah,
happened.
So like, I was
maybe after I finish then I'll go to sleep. You're like, oh, that was great. All right.
No,
but never like wake up from the blackout like, what day is it?
That's not how it happened, bro.
Look at Joe's face.
Who hit me?
Oh, what the fuck?
Nah, man.
Who struck me? Huh?
It's more
Where
like
did he go?
It's more like, you put in
Where did he go?
much.
You see that dude?
You put in so much work, right? Every position you could possibly think of. Toss it up, flip it up, turn it down, right? The whole thing, right? And then like I get on, like I need some water, and as I stood up to go, like as I went from being in to just getting up and going. I just remember like I was like, ooh, I'm feeling kind of lightheaded. And then I put like my hand on the wall to support me for a second. And I was like, I just need to. I turned around to tell her something, and next thing you know, I fucking fell. And then I was blacked out for I think a whole minute. She had said like, and when I woke up, I slowly faded into like where I was at. It's like legit. And I didn't recognize who I was, where I was. For like a second, I had straight brain damage. I'm not even kidding you. I was like, what the fuck? And she was like, oh my God, I thought you died. How could you do this to me? I was like, I thought I died.
Your dick was still hard. I wasn't sure what to do with it. I didn't want you to turn around because then you would have broken it.
And so then I was like, hurry, please give me a string cheese and some water.
Oh, Jesus.
I require sustenance.
The only time I've ever knocked out, blacked out, is when I tried to do a backflip.
You did? A backflip?
When was this?
Yeah.
Oh, like in the jumpers?
Yeah. Fernando and I had gone to like this dance convention. Yeah, it was like this dance expo, and they had like all these different clinics.
Yeah.
Joe was a b-boy.
And one of them was for like learning to backflip, front flip properly, do all that shit.
Okay.
And then
this has to be great.
Fernando and I partnered up, and he did a backflip,
Successful.
Oh, nice.
And then it was my turn.
Did you hit your head on the floor?
And I woke up.
Oh shit!
I woke up 5 minutes later, and
oh my god!
I was like, "What happened?" He's like, "Cuz you landed on your head.
Oh no!
And you didn't get up." I just have a bunch of people around me, like, "Is he okay? Is he okay?" And I was like, "I'm good."
So how did you land on your head though? Like
when I tried to do the backflip, I went back and I just like boom.
So your body actually never flipped.
It never flipped. I just went back and boom. Yeah.
You went in guns blazing, huh?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I can.
That's the only time I've ever
Joe was
passed out.
Here I go.
I got this.
Wow.
Fernando, why did you hold me? Because your partner was supposed to hold you and make
the
sure
back
that you
and
did
the yeah.
You know?
Wow. Damn.
He just let you go.
He didn't put his hand there. He just like took it back.
You should send him a text. Remember that time?
Hold on.
That you dancing at this convention reminds me of a video that you and Philly made with Tweaks a long time ago.
Oh, God.
Damn.
Turns out
the reggaeton
I have
video.
that video.
Do you have the reggaeton
Yes, I
video?
do.
The reggae.
I showed it to my mom.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
It's still in its wrapper. I didn't show the video.
Easy. That's the one we did, right?
Yeah.
I have that. I
Tómalo con
have
calma.
two of yours. I have that one. I have the
I
so
know
the
you
Latin
really
video
wanna be
so
my
it teaches
girl.
you how to dance.
Oh yeah.
That
If
one.
you can do it. I can do it. We can do it. Hey.
You can do it.
And then I have your Four Shades album still in its wrapper.
Jeez.
Yeah, I have them both.
I told you guys about. I said it on the pod already. The time I signed an autograph for Joe because they thought I was him back in the day during his
great.
Solo Rhythm Four Shades album era.
It's rhythmic.
And the thing was, Joe was sitting right next to me when they asked me if I was that guy. I looked
You're
more
like,
like
yeah.
Joe in your I look more like you in your photos than you look
Yeah.
like yourself. That's hilarious.
And he signed it, and then they called my name to
Like
go perform.
right after I signed the autograph.
The guy was like,
And
"What?"
and I was sitting right next to the guy and his wife.
Oh my god.
They were at the same table. Oh
Damn.
man.
It was like, "This isn't you."
They were like, now calling to the stage, Solo Richtmet and Tweety.
Tweety.
Good old Tweety. Son
Oh
of a mother.
man. That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we're out here.
You know what? I've actually signed an autograph maybe 4 times in my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 4 times in my life.
Some like
Like somebody walked up to me after a show and was like, "Can you just sign this paper?" Like, especially way back in the day, not so much now.
It's funny because when I did that European tour,
Yeah.
they literally gave me like a stack of just
For you to sign?
flyers, and I had to sign them.
Everyone?
Boom, 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 boom. all of them.
how
It
did
was
your
like-
hand come out? I was like,
What
I
were
mean,
what were
I
your-
masturbate a lot. So,
yeah.
mm.
You
What were
held
your
it
thoughts
pretty good.
coming back from your Europe tour? You went to Romania. You went to. Did you go to Spain?
Amsterdam,
L-
London. We were out in Bulgaria and Turkey.
And this was back in what 2004, 2005.
Yeah,
and then you did a Latin American tour, right?
Yeah, it wasn't a Latin American tour. We just did a tour in El Salvador.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was pretty tight.
It's a shame there's no pictures and video of you guys on this tour. I
Well,
don't
there's
think-
videos that Joe. Well, I don't know if he still has them, but they were just farting on each other's heads.
The
and shit.
archives are around.
I meant
somewhere.
on stage, like you guys on stage, and there's videos, and there's somebody in the back filming you guys on stage.
I'm sure there is.
taking photos.
I just don't have access to it. There's one picture of us performing.
That's the I've seen. Yeah, the
That's
one that
the
you
only
posted.
picture that I know.
Yeah.
Like,
You didn't get in
I
touch
need
with
more.
anybody from like.
they told us they were gonna send us everything and all
No.
this.
You
didn't stay in
and
touch with
it
them?
never happened. No,
Damn.
it never happened.
Crazy.
No. It is what it is.
Yeah, 'cause I
Deep
remember when you
cuts.
came back. I remember when you came back, man.
Deep
You
hole.
you were really into like production and like getting into that and focused and
It was gonna
shit.
pop off, and then
So what was it? Was it funding or what ended up happening where like
He
everything
did
just
a
stopped?
San Francisco show. That's I killed it.
no,
this was
that
before
had
that.
to
This
do
was before
yeah,
that.
This is way before
Yeah.
that. No, yeah, funding. There was a lot of some of the investors just weren't in it anymore. There was that. What the fuck was that? Jimmy?
Sorry, I had a PTSD flashback of the show that I put on, and there was like only 5 people in a 500-seat audience.
And you just got the chills.
And I
Like,
was
oh,
like,
God.
how did I put that on? Why did I put that on?
Hurt
Damn
your,
it,
hurt your
Keenan.
ego so much, huh?
It was bad. I mean, literally, there's a 500 room auditorium with a big ass stage, and I had 3 bands on,
and there was only 5 people,
and there was only like 10 people in the.
That had to have hurt, man.
Horribly. Oh my god.
You're still recovering from that.
I mean, and the sad thing is, I have pictures.
He never did recover.
I never did. I have pictures of that event, but I try not to look at them. It's just horrible.
Crop out like the
I just keep in a special folder, and that's what they are.
And it's locked, encrypted,
tough,
double encrypted. Like
it's pretty tough, actually. I've had the fortune myself of being around a lot of circles of different musicians who are far more successful than me as far as like being known in the music industry, and all of them have one thing in common: they have strong communities. Like.
Yeah,
they're all friends, and somehow they all support each other, and it's weird because I've had opportunities to join, but they always want me to join as something other than a musician. They want me to join as a videographer or a photographer.
Now or back in the day?
Just in general, that's always been people have always wanted me around, but never in the role I actually wanted to play.
Are you promoting yourself as a photographer, as a singer, and a musician?
I first and foremost always introduced myself as somebody who also makes music. And then over time, because I know how much it's needed, I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe this time I'll hook you up with I have a camera or this or that. And then from that point on, it's just that. Because, after reading books, otherwise you're a threat to whatever they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
From the people that you interact with, yeah. But there was also communities that you were part of where you could have been, I'm just a singer and that's it. I think you had you had some connections in some circles where you could just have been singing, and that's all you were doing.
Maybe.
But the community behind those groups wasn't as big as you might have been hoping it to be for like an actual support. So you're doing.
It's one of my weaknesses, actually. If I have any weakness, it's I do terribly in keeping groups together. I just can't do it.
You kept us together.
I'm too self-sufficient. I don't know if that's the word. I come across like I don't need anybody. I think is the thing.
You definitely say that
because my bands have failed. Almost anything that I've done personally that involved a lot of other people. I've just lacked the leadership ability to keep people together. I really have.
But were you in a position to be a leader?
I try to look at it like that because the alternative to that is to be a victim in terms of
and blame somebody else.
Yeah, I try to blame somebody else. But I truly believe it's simply a lack of leadership. For example, even in my freelance business before the economy is taking a shit like it has now, I consistently put off hiring people. I hired 1 or 2 people online and they did a shit job. And instead of trying to correct them and take the time because I pay them, I was like, well, fuck it, I'll do it myself. But there is a degree of growth that needs to occur in a person where they're the leader and they do take someone under the wing and they hold somebody accountable. I don't like being held accountable for shit because I can hold myself to my own accountability. Yeah. But you need to be able to do that for somebody. And until you can do that and feel comfortable talking to someone that way, you'll never be a leader.
We tried it and it worked, I think, once. I forgot what you held me accountable for. Was it? I'm not sure it was exercise or something.
That. Yeah, and it was during those times that I actually did hire people because that was what you were holding me accountable.
Exactly. Working on your business, wasn't it?
Was it?
No, I think
doing something productive for your business.
Something productive. I'm not sure. I was
holding. I think I was helping you stay accountable to deciding on when enough is enough. Remember, today I did enough for today.
Maybe that was it.
I can't remember.
Because you stopped playing video games and you were being a little punk ass.
Well, I don't think that was because of Philly.
Oh, you're just naturally punk ass. I get it. All right.
But okay, Joe, you've always been able to have large numbers of people
I have yet to see that.
Support what you do.
I want to see that. I keep asking you to come back and do something so I can be there and witness this epic moment.
Even
really?
Just look.
You've never seen it?
No. Even just look at how easy Joe was able to be a part of the. I don't know if it was easy, but how he made it look easy to be part of 30 to 52 with Sean and Sam and Josh and Dweez.
Well, I knew he always had that,
and just all the family.
That's why you're seeing.
And I love those guys. I really do.
It's easy to do.
Deech was also part of that. Yeah. All of them fucking amazing people.
Yeah.
And I got the same invite, but I didn't do it mostly because I'm my whole sports number one. That's a big factor for me. but I know it's more than sports.
Yeah, it is more than sports.
It's a community.
It's also like going out for drinks together. And
hanging out.
And I think that's my weakness is I just don't go out like that.
But you want to. Didn't you say you want to? And like you need to?
A part of me wants to, but it's like the same thing with this whole situation that's happening. All I want to do before I can do any of that is really become exceptional at something.
I don't know how you. Oh, okay.
Like
I'm thinking something different.
Before being able to truly happily settle down with somebody and like build a life and build a circle of friends and this and that, I feel like until I actually become truly exceptional and excellent at something, everything else I do is going to be like mediocre.
I think you've already have. I think you were so exceptional at one point, so much that you passed out and you went to another plane existence and you came back and I reached the plateau and
he became a sex god and just he was like Jesus and reawakened. And he said, "Give me a water and a string cheese. I have returned."
And you know what's crazy is like I do like Tantra. Have you guys ever heard of Tantra?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you mentioned that. You had a whole episode about it.
Yeah, we did.
But you can only do that with like when you're really with somebody because it takes participation from both parties.
But you're not.
But man, you can have sex for a long time.
You're not really accepting that though, right? That you're a sex.
No, I'm not actually a sex
expert.
No.
Oh, okay. But I'm just saying that there probably is something.
I've got a lot to learn. So if there's any ladies out there that want to teach me.
I'm pretty sure there's something you're exceptional at. I know there is. I mean, what about your singing? Oh my God. What about your singing stuff? Aren't you exceptional at singing?
I actually truly believe I'm mediocre as a singer.
Okay.
Like as far as like singing ability, I'm mediocre. I think I'm an exceptional performer. Like I can get the crowd going.
Agreed.
What about as exceptional motivational person? I mean, you do that quite nicely. Everybody requests you and gets.
Yeah, but I've never heard someone actually. Well, that's a lie. Actually, there was plenty of people at some point that told me I helped change the way.
And people tried to hire you for that stuff. So maybe you're exceptional at that. I mean,
maybe
it's not like that's not stopping you. You constantly post and you constantly still read up on how to better other people's lives and yourself.
It's mostly because I'm trying to figure out how to better myself, man.
So you're trying to improve by yourself by improving others.
No, I just happen to pick up shit along the way that I share with others. Because for me, it didn't unlock what I was looking for, but it's not to say that it's not useful for somebody else. In fact, why it's so easy for me to share with other people is because I can objectively see their situation and go, look, I can't get my own head out of the gutter for myself, but as an outside party connecting the shit that I've read or seen, this is totally applicable to you if you were to do that. And that's the hardest part is actually executing on shit. Anybody can read the books and be like, oh, I already know all this. Well, then if you already know all that,
why aren't you doing it?
Yep. And that's
just like religion.
That's most people with self-help. They get addicted to the reading of the books instead of actually doing what the books are fucking telling you to do. And look, I'm one of the most guilty of that. The sheer number of shit that I've read and like learned and understood, and yet part of me, it's like I don't want to.
You should be a self-help god.
It's like I don't want to see what I want.
You know what Gary Vee is gonna say before he even says it. You know what? What's that other dude?
Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins is gonna say before he.
Hey, isn't there like a trend or something going on with Tony Robbins right now? Like
talking about the Netflix thing?
I'm not sure, but like everybody's talking about how everyone's on some Tony Robbins kick right now due to like he said something about coronavirus and it's caused like
never heard of that.
There's like a trend. I got to look.
Well, because he's part of that whole, as we know, the positive energy group.
Right.
I mean, they can take anything that you would consume or think that is negative into something that's positive, or make it self reflecting. So it's like something bad happened to me. Oh well, why you don't need to continue thinking about how bad it is. Maybe it was meant for a reason, kind of thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was saying something like that, right? Was he? Because that whole group is about that. Like, say for instance, something bad happened at work, and Joe's like, "Oh, this happened to me. I'm so angry about this," and then they would say, "Well, that's just your mentality that way. It's not really. You're just bringing that on yourself." And it kind of sucks because they'll use that for a lot of serious stuff. I mean, I've been in these self-help groups and seminars where people are like, you know, I got molested, or I got attacked, or my family got killed, or some wild, crazy stuff. But the mentality behind it is like, okay, well then that is something terrible, but you got to stop thinking about it. It's like, what? Like, I just saw my whole family die. You're telling me like I'm bringing out this negative energy on my own?
What the fuck are you talking about?
So it's it can be a little weird how they're trying to express it, but that might be what Tony Robbins did. He probably said something about Corona.
I tried to look it up right now, but I don't see it.
Oh, okay. Okay. I mean,
I know what you mean. They do try to get you to like a lot of like what Tony Robbins does is called neuro linguistic programming, which is NLP. Have you guys ever heard of this?
No.
And there's a lot of like, for example, like tapping your face on a certain area here helps you set a new behavior pattern better. Tony Robbins has this thing where he says if you can put it's there in his book Ultimate Power. Tony Robbins offers you an exercise that's based on the neuro-linguistic programming training where so a lot of the times what happens is he says we're really like 2 millimeters away from where we want to be in terms of success. And he says our physiology and our psychology are aligned, right? So your posture says a lot about how you're feeling about yourself right now, right? And so a lot of the times we don't have our chest out, and science has proven if you do the Superman pose, man or woman, it actually increases your ability to think faster, to trust yourself more. Overall, your self-esteem is higher by doing the Superman pose for 20 seconds.
And this was called what again?
Neuro-linguistic programming. And so one of the techniques he shares in the book Ultimate Power is he has you he wants you to remember a moment of excellence, a time you were truly excellent. So if you take a second, either of you, to think of a moment where you truly did something that you were like, what's the word, where you kind of scratch your chest a second and then blow on your nails and go, yeah, that was me.
What?
Right? You know, one of those, yeah, that was
floss.
Me. Where you floss a little, where you stunt on somebody.
Okay.
So think of a moment where you did something like that, right? And now picture that moment in your mind. Now, is it to the left or to the right of your mind? Is it in color or is it in black and white? For either of you.
Wait, like a dream?
Yeah, like if you picture that moment when you were actually dope as fuck and you did something that was like you're proud of, that you felt excellent. Is it to the left visually, to the right, leaning more to the right? Is it black and white? Is it in color?
I'm not sure I understand the visually leaning left or right part.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
So when you picture it, is it dead center, the image?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, that's good. That's good. All right? Because if it's to off either side, then we have work to do.
Right.
But if you can already picture it dead center, is it in color or is it in black and white when you picture it?
Mostly color.
Okay, good.
I don't think I've ever had
now while holding, well, you never know. So here's the thing if we'll do this exercise in another way later. So now holding that image in mind, try to hear the sounds of that moment. What was going on in that moment? The audio, like whether it was people around you, what they were saying, right? The crowd cheering, whatever the fuck, right? And now turn up the volume on that sound and turn up the saturation on the colors. Really hold it in mind, right? Okay, now hold that image. All right, and remember that. Now we're going to come back to this. Now think of a time that makes you maybe sad, right? Or whatever it is. Something that really broke your spirits.
It was when I received a text.
Well, you don't have to tell me, but yeah, you know.
Oh.
Here we go.
And they didn't want to be a part of something. So
here you go. So picture this moment. Is it to the left or the right? Is it in black and white or in color? Right? So just picture whatever moment you're holding.
Wait,
it's one of those.
Yeah. Right. So is it dead center for you guys? Or is it off to the side?
I'm trying
somewhere?
to think of a sad moment.
Just the moment that kind of like the last time you felt, whether it was even watching a show, whatever the fuck, right?
I don't dwell on those moments,
and I'm trying not to.
Yeah. Right, which is fine. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
The point is,
you know what? This exercise isn't working.
No. I'm going to finish the point of it because because a listener, you might be actually doing this. So whatever moment you picture in the privacy of your own space, if it's off to the center, try to move it in the center for a second, only enough to actually turn down the color on it till it's black and white. And turn down the sound until you can't hear it anymore, but you can still see it. And now take that image you had earlier that you felt really excellent about in one hand and the sad image in the other and legitimately say swoosh as you cross your arms as if trading one for the other. Swoosh. Cross your arms almost like Wakanda, right? And when you say swoosh, then try to only remain with the actual image of the time that you felt excellent. And you're supposed to do this so that it's called priming. And it's where you create a state of mind. And now you just have to create what's called an anchor now, right? And an anchor can be taking like your middle finger and your thumb and sort of pressing them against each other, right? And this anchor now is supposed to bring back those feelings whenever you need them of excellence, of that prime moment that you were at. Because the whole argument of the book Ultimate Power and what Tony Robbins is talking about is about prepping the state of mind to remember the excellence, because a lot like athletes who are training visually the race that they do and all the same muscles fire, the same thing goes with creating a state of mind that preps you for getting the most out of yourself, right? And so this thing is what he's taught many performers and actors and a bunch of other people to do to bring out the best in who they are.
How often do you do this to yourself? You do this every day?
I used to do it a lot, like when I was learning, because when I read a book, I do all the shit and I live it, and then I stop. Joe's like,
he's gonna snort.
This sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me.
He said like, this sounds like a bunch.
This sounds like bullshit.
Have you tried it?
I'm not going to, because it sounds like bullshit. You know what I do when I'm feeling down? And
roll up a blunt, masturbate.
No, I just fucking remember that I'm dope as fuck. Like,
see, Joe's been through all the training of Tony Robbins.
No. Okay, let's explore this. So you just remember that you're dope as fuck based on what?
I'm just being me. Like,
just
I don't know.
Yourself.
That's the same. Joe already does it. I guess I just have a lot of self-confidence where if I have a bad day, I just have a fucking bad day. But I know that I'm a handsome guy. I'm financially okay.
You're welcome.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Like,
so it's based on something. Your confidence is based on something.
My confidence is knowing that I'm all around pretty good.
The same thing. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that Tony Robbins have probably come across that kind of like Joe, or even way past Joe. And I am curious. It would be nice to see some of those videos or audio logs of him talking to them,
to like his clients and helping.
Yeah, because I don't know if Tony Robbins goes, "Oh yeah, this guy's cool. He doesn't need my assistance." Or I mean,
no, fuck no, he's not gonna say that. He's trying to get paper. He's like, "No, well, you look pretty good, but you know what? You can always improve on that."
And it's true.
Like, and that's where I was kind of getting at.
But okay, Phil,
the same training
lives with me. You've been
do.
around me the longest.
Okay.
Of anybody.
Yeah.
I know.
And as far as my demeanor and the way that I am and the way that I respond to problems and the way that I just in general live,
right?
You've been there firsthand in a lot of my experiences when we were broke as fuck,
right?
When we didn't have like dollars to our names, when we would struggle to pay rent,
right?
But my character is consistent. It has been consistent most, if not all, of my adult life.
So is that learned, or did
like
somebody...
just being broke never stopped me from doing shit?
Yeah,
like if I was broke, I was still having fun.
And it makes sense because remember when we took the 16 personality tests, Keenan, you were
I'm both of you combined.
ESFP, right? It was what you were, and Joe is no, you were ESTP. You were ESTP.
Oh,
because you were thinking, not feeling. Joe was ESFP.
Oh, I know. I have both of you. I have the first two of yours and the last two of yours.
EFTJ. That's what it was.
EFTP, I think.
Yeah.
Because I had the first of your two and I had the last of Joe. Like both of your first ENF or last two was mine.
ENTP. Yeah, that's what you were. Yeah,
that's how it makes me remember.
And Joe was ESFP. And because you're a sensory person, Joe, whereas I have intuition and Keenan uses intuition to some degree. But both of you guys are perceptual people as opposed to judges. I'm a judger, right? So I come to decisions quicker, whether I believe in them or not. I have already determined what it's. How many times have you had a conversation with me where you guys go, with both of you guys like, yeah, but that's not even like what it could be. That's not even what it actually is. But you already know.
I literally just said right now that you should. What you were saying is like
right. Because I make quick determinations of shit. Right. Mm-hmm. There's an advantage to that tendency because these are all just tendencies. Mm-hmm. Whereas you guys, with the difference between you and Keenan though is like Keenan does he's part of the thinking tribe. So a lot of the shit. Keenan doesn't deal with emotions well. So like if like something
Whoa.
I'm not no.
What are you saying?
There's a tendency when somebody tries to talk to you about how they're feeling about something, you go, yeah, but where's the logic in that?
That's true. That is
exactly.
True.
You're like, okay, but
both.
Where's the logic in that, right? Whereas Joe
sometimes
Joe has a tendency to be like, yeah, well, that might sound right in theory. But at the end of the day, it's about how it feels. Like, does it feel right? If it feels good,
hey man, if it feels right, do it.
Exactly.
That is absolutely my MO.
Whereas now both Keenan and I have the intuitive factor. So a lot of the times we'll sit there and think about something for a while until we go, I've got to pretty deep understanding about the situation. I'm going to go for it. Whereas Joe's all about the sensory. So Joe will be more like, okay, I'm looking at shit and here's the way it looks. Here's the way it sounds. Here's the way it tastes. Here's the way it smells. Right. So for you, it's all about the sensory of the moment, which is why you're actually able to let go of your past so much and really not even ponders too much about the future more than necessary at all, because it's about in the moment. What's happening right here, right now. That's you. Whereas Keenan might be a futurist in the sense that he's always wondering, well, what are we going to do in the future? Right. Or the past would be like, I can't believe I thought, like to this day, he's like, I still can't believe that's what happened.
Oh, the concert. Don't.
And I fall under that because of the intuitive process. We're more inner lives. Whereas Joe's like, you know what? I got my drink, got my smoke.
Which we'll do later.
Shut the fuck up.
What? But all of us have the E, which means we're activated by other people. So when we're by ourselves, even though to fucking you guys just touch tips with your finger toes.
My toe tips just toe tipped it.
Dude, did we get corona from that? No, we got socks on.
We got socks,
so we're good.
Anyways,
no, I feel you, and I am. I'm a at the moment guy. Like I said, when we would struggle, like paying our rent, like
you were like, that's cool. I got my drink. I got my smoke.
Yeah,
so do you think the methods of Tony applies?
There's always we'll figure it out. Like, it's cool. Don't trip.
Right. Well, there are things.
I would find a way. I would always find a way. Like,
you can always wing it in life, and some are better at it than others. There are some things in life that are probably you shouldn't wing, but for those things, I think you've taken the time to at least, I'm sure there are some times where you switch over to intuition and look at shit and try to frame, but it's not as often as like someone like Keenan and I's and our tendencies to do it, where we might get caught up in that situation where you do it literally the bare minimum of that necessary. And then let's get back to living this fucking life. You know what I mean? Whereas, I mean, you guys both know me personally. I do a lot less living and a lot more planning about how I'm going to live.
Planning and thinking.
So wait, so there's a way to counteract this, right? I mean, once you know the information, now you know how to go to battle
would Tony Robbins be able to apply to it? So first of all, a lot of people fucking hate Tony Robbins, okay? And a lot of people love Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
A lot of people love going to Tony Robbins conventions because you're automatically guaranteed to meet people who want to make a better version of themselves. Automatically. So I was like,
I wonder if he's been sued.
He has. There was allegations of him like, doing the same thing as like Louis C.K. and James Franco, like just being inappropriate.
Oh, no, not that. I meant like the falsification of his information. Like he all made it up.
He's legit convinced people not to commit suicide and all. Like,
I know his, I meant like back when he was first started, I wonder if like people were like, oh, I'm going to, find out if you're a fraud or not and have like,
sure.
Well, you can't really get,
because it's not Miss Cleo kind of thing. I know you
can't get him for fraud because he's not doing anything but trying to encourage you. Like that's all he does. Like he might take your money for it, but he's not guaranteeing you that you're gonna be like. Because
at the end of the day, you still have
it's still your responsibility to do it. So what he has on him is that he could say, hey, well, I tried to help you.
Yeah.
Like I gave you all the elements that you needed to improve yourself. If you don't improve, that's on you.
But people think it's like a guarantee, don't they?
Yeah, well,
they're just fucking
if you've ever read any of his books,
fine print.
But if you've ever read any of his books, he talks about how a lot of psychologists will sit there and have you go over and over something and barely make any progress. And the whole field of neuro-linguistic programming is supposed to. It's not a certified thing with universities. You don't get a degree for it. You can't even be a professional, right? You can get a certificate from a school that was founded to create a certificate for neuro-linguistic programming, right? But that is not to say it's given out in a university,
right?
But there's definitely it's an opposing school of thought that doesn't like psychology to a large degree, only because they believe that they prolong the progress you can make, for the sake of getting more money out of it. Whereas these guys like, pay me once and I solve your problem. If I don't solve your problem, you can get your money back.
Yeah, I have a big thing about the science community.
And it's true. They'll give you your money back if they didn't solve your problem. Because for them, they'll look at the cues of what you're doing, neuro-linguistic programming style. Like, okay, I think I see what's going on here. Do this. And then there's it's worked for a lot of people. That's why it's well known. In particular in the business world. There are so many people who are like business owners who see certain let's take a quick example of when you talk to somebody, if their head is constantly going, in agreement with you, that's a good cue. It's one of the cues of neurolinguistic programming for body language and understanding exactly what your position is in a social cue. And using those things to understand whether or not someone's following what you're doing, getting to the place where you need them to get to. There's so much shit that goes into it besides a psychologist just observing you and going, and now let's dig into that. Let's go a little further into what happened when you were a child or whatever. And they're not paying any attention to your body language if you're fidgeting and if they are, they don't tell you that. They don't inform you. Now, I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, and I'm not even a neurolinguistic programmer. I just know that those two schools of thought don't necessarily get along. However, a psychologist does have a degree. They are an educated individual, and they make a shitload of money for doing it. It's not easy to be a psychologist. You have to get a fucking master's and then like a doctorate and all that shit. So who do you really trust? What do you really look at? I don't know. The choice is yours. All I'm saying is, yeah, you may not need to. You may be someone who is effective in the moment, and you're able to come up with solutions that are good enough, or they may be the best solutions. Or you might be a person who needs that extra boost and needs tools, needs frameworks to know that there's a process to what they're doing. It all depends on you.
You hear that, Keenan? So stop fucking around.
Nope. Fuck you, Joe.
I'm perfect.
I follow the same footsteps as Philly. He's been my guru this whole entire time.
Look where you're at.
Oh, God.
Ouch. Bitch.
Oh, wow.
Got both of you as one. Look, 2 birds with 1 stone.
No, Keenan.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that's a defense mechanism.
I officially hate Joe on this podcast.
You're welcome.
Joe's like, I've never had a guru, and look at my life.
I live a pretty kick-ass life, don't I?
Joe doesn't take into account. Somebody out there is Joe's guru. He just hasn't admitted it yet.
Yeah.
And it may not be one person. It may be a series.
He was on our episode. Oh my God,
Mark.
No. Oh, wait, is that his name?
Uncle Mark?
No.
No, who?
Melrose. You said on the episode
Melrose,
he was your mentor.
He was one of my mentors.
Yeah.
But there's not one specific person that, like, I've had plenty of people just, what I took from Melrose was just like the swag and just his train of thought. Like, you could just do whatever you want to do. Anything you want to do, you can do it.
Like how he had a barbershop and a music venue and a community he was right, and a band and all that.
Exactly. Like, if you want to do it, just do it. Like, why not? Even if you felt
the music don't make you dance, don't even move, just listen. That was one of the songs they had.
But yeah, just I took a lot from that. Like, yeah, like you can really do whatever the fuck.
I mean, I was a part of the same training ground. I talk about it even in my book. I talk about like the opportunity I was given to be able to, like, a lot of people were like, "Oh, you make it look easy," but I gotta understand. I've been doing this shit since I was 14, on stage, freestyling, jumping, performing in front of people.
I haven't performed in like 5 years easily, but I guarantee you, if I got on a stage,
you know what to do.
I'd fucking rock that.
All right, let's get you a stage.
Keenan's like, I hear my calling card.
No, we know what you're capable of.
Oh,
ouch!
Wow,
that's twice. You know what? I'll allow it.
I'll allow it
because I gave you a second life.
Keenan's the dungeon master. Keenan's the dungeon master. Did I use that right?
Yeah, DM dungeon master.
He ain't no DM.
Oh, fuck you.
And with that, we've reached the portion of the show that is known as the soapbox.
Almost right on time too. Shit.
Oh, I'm always right on time.
Oh my God.
In fact, my favorite thing to do is to come at the same time together. So
let's
come
add a
together.
Quickie. If they busted a nut, like as soon as you put it in, I mean, you can't really do that, can you?
I mean,
anything is possible.
Oh, hey.
As per usual, the soapbox is a moment when you get to speak on what you want to speak on, whether it be promoting something, venting, shouting someone out, yada, 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 yada.
Calling someone out.
Punk bid. And per usual, we have Keenan starting it off.
Unless there's a guest.
Unless there's a guest
first.
We have Keenan starting off. Nice. We got Philly coming in second, and I close out. Yes. Keenan, would you like to take the soapbox?
Oh God.
I'll just do that for 30 minutes. I have nothing for today since I've mostly just been playing games and building shit in my house like a bench. So, but I will do a shout out to somebody who really wants to be on the show and likes listening to it. So, shout out to my cousin Nick. I know Joe's met him, Philly's met him. You're cool, a good guy. Thanks for listening. Because I never really gave you a shout out before, so I'll do that for you. And that's pretty much it. It's a nice weather in Los Angeles. I like it. It's been good. Thanks for coming on the show, Joe. Thanks for coming on the show, Philly. It's really appreciative. And yeah, that's about it.
Thank you for that, Keenan.
Exceptional.
Hey, what's up, Nick? Yeah, you're always liking the posts. You're always watching.
And someone sent me a dick pic.
Hey,
someone actually sent you a dick pic?
Yep, but it wasn't because of the episode.
Was it actually their dick?
No.
Okay.
Does it count? It is. I guess
no, it doesn't.
Never mind. Okay,
it's not
got a shitload of dick pics in.
It's not the same.
Never mind, Philly.
Still don't suffer the wrath that women suffer. Guys will be like,
oh my God.
The girls will be like, hi, and then their first response is the guy just sends a dick pic right away. And
I don't understand. That makes no fucking sense.
And they're just like, please look at my penis. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Filthy animal.
Okay, my soapbox. Ooh,
you looking at my sock?
No,
how dirty it was?
But you do have some dirty.
I've been rubbing it on Joe's floor. I've practically been cleaning this side right here, scraping it.
Do I have a soapbox? Not necessarily. Nothing too fancy. Basically, I want to reiterate that it's hard out here for a pimp. Mm-hmm. Breaking? Should I bring it? Yeah, I'm gonna take a break from the pod. Fine, I'll put it out there. I'm gonna take a break per se. I'm gonna let the guys do their thing. I got a lot to work on. I've got a lot I need to reflect on. This whole situation has caused me to reflect on a lot of shit, and it's important for me to take this step, because if I'm to keep doing this and not voicing it, it's worse than if I don't say it. It's something that I'm feeling, and it's just something I need to do. And thankfully, the guys want to back me up on this. So there is that. And yeah, and I think that everyone should do something like that and be honest with themselves. If you feel a certain thing, you should at least speak it out. Because I'm one of the people that's used to just doing shit, whether I like it or not. And that's because, like, that's how I was brought up. It wasn't about what I wanted. And that's something that I keep running into, where I get involved in other people's lives. It's happened in my past relationships. I get involved in their lives and what they're doing and what their dreams are and their hopes. And I kind of have an idea of what I want to do, but I kind of just do that on the side while I do whatever else, and I run into a lot of situations where personally, then I come around one day or I have some time for myself and I'm like, okay, so what do I actually want to do? And I look at all the things I'm doing, and I'm doing all the things for reasons that go beyond just making myself happy. Like, knowing what makes me happy is something I need to work on. It is. It's just a real thing. And I don't think I can be my best self if I don't take care of this. And the sooner I take care of it, the better. A lot of people might be happy with kind of just saying, well, yeah, that's life. And you're never going to be, because the pursuit of happiness, right? It's fleeting. Sure. But there's a difference between sitting with something that you need to address and actually doing something about it, and then just living your life and going, well, that's part of life. You're going to have problems and you just got to live with it. And you're going to do shit you don't like sometimes. Yeah, I know that's true. To everything, there's work that needs to be done that you may not enjoy, but that's not what this is. This is something else. This is something that's caused problems in my past relationships, where I was just simply unhappy with myself, with where I am, with what I'm doing. And it's because I'm constantly doing shit or getting involved in degrees that, like, I didn't address appropriately my role. Let's look back at the episode and what we were just talking about today. How many situations did I find myself in where suddenly I was doing shit I didn't want to be doing specifically in that way? And it's because I continue to ignore specifically what I want. And people can't give you what you want if you don't tell them what it is you want. And if you don't know what you want, how you want to be a part of a situation, you only have yourself to blame. And not that there needs to be a blame, but you need to take responsibility. I take full responsibility for my feelings, and I know that it's something I have to address, something I have to work on. And so maybe part of my own experience and journey can help you along your way and face, especially during these times where it's probably the most important time to tell people what's really good and to tell people what's really going on. Because if you deal with that on top of everything that's going on, you're only hurting yourself and those you love. So, yeah, that's my soapbox.
Thank you, Philly.
Take us home, Joe.
I will take us home.
Nice.
Actually, you guys came to my home, so we are home. I don't.
There's probably people who are going to hate us for not being quarantined the way.
Well, we are. We're foot or so apart, but distance. I definitely washed.
But if I whipped it out, it would still land on your knee.
It'd be like halfway.
I mean, a little more than that. Come on, 3/4 of the way.
Give him credit. Give him credit.
Come on, big guy.
But we have been washing, and I'm gonna wash my hands right after this episode, and then so we're still keeping good.
Yeah, we're good.
So for my soapbox here, I'm gonna the quarantine is just, it's amazing to be able to look outside and see the sky as clear as it is, as beautiful as it is. Like, it's amazing how just us staying in for 2 weeks, or actually for the whole world, it's been maybe like a month and a half of quarantines for more than other regions, but just us taking that short of a break has helped the earth so much. Like I was reading an article on, I think it might have been like BBC or some shit, and they were saying that the hole that's in the ozone layer has shrunk, like, and it's just been like a month and a half. Nice. And that hole has already shrunk. It started closing a little bit already. And it's like, what the fuck? It's the smallest it's been in like 10 years. And by us taking this break of not being outside and not, doing all these things that we would usually do in our daily life, has extended our life expectancy for, I'm not exactly sure how long it was, but I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. Which then that makes me think, fuck, well, why don't every 10 years we just take 2 months off? Everybody just takes 2 months off. We know that in, I don't know, fucking December and January would be a perfect time for the world to take 2 months off, because people are celebrating holidays, they're prepping for New Year's, all that. So you take time off anyway. A lot of times people are off for a couple of weeks anyway. So why not just fucking every December and January, everybody works from home if you can, and everybody stays off the streets, and you're going to replenish the earth so much faster. That's fucking crazy. And I'm just winging it here, but that sounds like an amazing idea for the world. So world, if you're listening, which I hope you are, because this is a dope ass show that everybody should be fucking pushing and sharing and loving and liking, and we should be getting a shitload of endorsements by everybody and getting sponsorships by everybody. I'm going to run on the campaign that every December and January, because nobody remembers what day it is anyway in December and January, we should just take the 2 months off, work from home, self-quarantine, self-isolation, and we'll make the world a better place by doing so. I know that's just the privilege in me talking, because I know that a lot of the world can't do that, and a lot of people in this country can't do that. But hey, man, why not the people who are better off? Just take it off then. Just take the time off. Why not? Fuck it, you can afford it. And the rest of you non-essentials, you can work, I guess, whatever, keep this world running.
Piece of shit.
God. With that being said, I also want to I want to make sure that Philly knows that we got his back, and yes, Philly will be taking a break for a short time, hopefully a little sabbatical. Mm-hmm. And he feels he needs to work on himself a little bit, and we're not about to press him. We definitely don't want him, not doing something that he not that he doesn't necessarily want to do this, but you know, if he's feeling you know, that he needs to take a break, which technically Philly is the person who has least taken the break. I think he took 1 week off, and that was it.
Oh no, but he's been on every episode.
Oh,
except for that one.
No, except for the one where he went to Texas, where he was
and you guys were with Sean. Remember
we had Sean as the guest.
Did. Yeah, I was so fucking high.
Yeah, you were high. You were high as fuck. But yeah, Philly hasn't taken a break. So you know, I appreciate everything he's done for the show. Everything that he's, you know, and we're not saying we're not replacing him. He's literally just taking a break. Everybody, calm the fuck down.
Yep. We're not taking any applicants.
We're not taking any applications. I'm looking at you, you know who, trying to get on this fucking show. It as a fucking anyway. But we're not replacing him. He's not going anywhere. He's just taking a small break. And you know, sometimes you got to do that. His seat will still be warm. You know, we'll probably fill it. You know, fill it here and there with some special guest hosts.
John Leguizamo, we're looking at you.
Yeah, you can do call-ins too, you know.
Yeah, we can absolutely do call-ins. Obviously, some people with the self-quarantine, you know, the three of us, we consider each other family, and you know, we're pretty certain that we haven't had, you know, any physical
fatal interactions
with people who
you know, I'm sure there's somebody out there rolling over in their bed right now going, these guys are fucking crazy.
Yeah, well, they can eat dicks.
I'll be watching.
If they like dicks, then eat pussies.
You don't like both.
If you don't like either, then you know,
eat goats.
Eat goats.
Or whatever
eat
was done.
Baby panda dicks. I don't know.
What?
That's oddly specific.
But yeah, that was
extinct, almost extinct.
But yeah. We'll call people in, and you know, we'll keep this going until Philly comes back, and obviously we're still going strong, and we appreciate everybody who's still listening to us. You know, our listeners haven't gone down necessarily, so that's a good thing. And again, you're in self-isolation right now, so there's no better time there's no better time than now to listen to podcasts. If there's a podcast you've been meaning to listen to, this is the perfect time. You have all the time in the world. Literally, what day is it? I don't fucking know. The only reason we know it's Sunday is because we're doing the pod. So really, because like last night we fell asleep like at 5 a.m. like, or this morning we fell asleep at like 5 a.m, not giving a fuck, like not a care in the world for us. And yeah, we just appreciate everybody who's listening. We're anticipating a boost in listeners. And support your pods, man, because the pods can still continue to do their thing. If you can still support your local businesses, do that. You know, you could do a food pickup. If there's like a little mom and pop little grocery store or carniceria or any of that kind of stuff around, you know, visit them, purchase from them, because Ralph's doesn't need it. Safeway doesn't need it. Fucking Publix doesn't need it. Vaughn's doesn't need it. They don't fucking need it. I mean, the workers who work there do, but they're gonna be fine. It's the little mom and pop joints that do fucking need it. Because they what's the word I'm looking for?
The mom and pop shops, and why they need the money, or their local.
They depend. I'm sorry, there we go. They depend.
Yeah.
They depend on our communities. You know, if you got a little produce truck who pulls up on the corner of your block, you know, that is everything in that truck is that man's livelihood or woman's livelihood, you know. So if they're able to sell oranges, you're helping them. If they're able to sell you little ramen soups for $2, you know, fucking overpriced, but fucking do it. Son of a bitch. Took me for it. And that has been episode 69.
He played you out.
He played me out. He gave me the fucking beatbox play out.
Damn.
Goodbye, Philly, for now. Goodbye, Philly, for now. He taking a little break now. Take a little break now. Take a little break now. Quentin, Quarantino. Keenan, kick the beat now. Kick it. Kick it. Kick it, Philly. Kick it, Philly. Kick it, Philly. Yay.
I might be coming back for the next round, but you know that I'm putting it down every single time, even when I drop a hard line. You know, it's only you that can call me on my motherfucking cell phone. You know I got it and I'm at home. Quarantino till the day I can come out and look up at the sky that I took for granted. Cause now I wanna walk around in the city and it's nice and pretty. I'm wondering what everybody is gonna get with the same program and understand that this world was what it was and now we gone done it. Helped it out, it's feeling a lot better. And Mother Earth wants to come back and let us in. And when that happens, the virus will be gone and we'll be figuring out where we'll be singing different songs like that.
Eat all the women out.
Hey, suck all your men's dick if you have multiple men. I know.
And
don't be stingy.
Wear a condom.
Bitches.